Dire team ban.
Impressive.
Well, we'll see if V can do it. Looking back at past results for them as well. To take a quick look through the D2PL stuff, because I mean Hydra won it last season. I want to
10
say
seconds remaining.
because the time before that was Hellraisers. The time before that V won it.
5 seconds remaining.
So yeah, it's just taking a look. Hydra sitting through, and have they? They actually lost 2 games to 1 against V on the 15th, so 2 days ago.
Dire
That
team
actually
pick.
played out in terms of draft.
Radiant
So
team
yeah, the
pick.
Chen was there, so V getting some first-hand experience in that Chen will be picked up. But V going for the OD as well as the IO, Timbersaw, Lion, and the Lifestealer in that first game.
Sounds interesting. So yeah, V definitely
10
has a good
seconds
chance
remaining.
of taking this one, even if I would still call
5
Hydra the
seconds
favorites
remaining.
here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Hydra are sitting at the top of the DPC division table. They are at the minute 3-0. They go 3-1, so they'll go evens with CIS rejects.
And then Hydra would be 3-1, V would be 3-1, so everyone would be 3-1. Would be fun.
Group at the top of the table.
Let's go 7 tiebreakers.
Yeah, I mean, we get a bit ahead of ourselves if that does happen, because we still have another
Radiant team pick.
Night Stalker.
yeah, another 3 weeks to go after this. So we're not quite at tiebreaker time just yet.
Yeah, probably not. Night Stalker, pretty decent pick here, very nice against OD. It's very nice against especially
10
support
seconds
Monkey
remaining.
King. Because you kind of pick support Monkey King for the vision
5
game.
seconds remaining.
And just being able to scout him out is so incredibly valuable.
And with the Monkey King and the Lion picked up, is
Dire
there
team
something the
pick.
OD there as well?
Mirana.
V. Okay, Mirana coming out here for V. So maybe someone's picked up a battle pass. In fact, I know a few of these V players have picked up battle passes and just got them straight up past level 300. But yeah, a
10
Persona
seconds
coming out.
remaining.
But looking at this lineup for Hydra here with the Monkey King, the Lion, the Outworld Destroyer coming out.
5 seconds
Is there anything
remaining.
you want to look towards for like the mid lane, the safe lane here for Hydra that you think fits in well with draft?
I think it's rough. I wanted to say Lifestealer, but Lifestealer is kind of
Radiant
bad
team
against
ban.
Night Stalker and Bane.
Ember Spirit.
Just go for an Ember. I feel like a lot of heroes are difficult to play against what V Gaming has because they have so much control. Like they have multiple silences, enemy has, and
5
just
seconds
purely think
remaining.
about, hey, this is what we want to do and these are the heroes that we... So yeah, just pick a hide carry for Dream and everything is fine and forgiven.
Little bit.
Yeah, I'm curious why Valve added in all the "Do you love me" ones.
Radiant
It's like,
team ban.
we are gamers. Come on.
I like
Maybe
your
they're gonna start up their own
moves. I
version
like
of
your
Tinder.
style.
We don't need
can-
love. We
can
need
only-
MMR.
Match through voice lines.
No?
I don't have either.
10
So
seconds remaining.
anyway, enough of that. as we get at the PA ban.
5
The
seconds
Lunar ban
remaining.
coming out as well with the Conquer, so it's still going to be potentially V looking for the carry here. Look,
Unless it's a Mirana carry. You never know.
I suppose really will be the Dota's just.
I just think that Mirana carry is decent here. It's decent against Monkey King, decent against OD, because you have such long range. You can kill heroes like Lion really fast, and it's decent-ish against Ember as well, but I guess it's not so likely.
Dire team back.
Just having a more traditional BKB carry would be easier. I don't know. Could still happen. And V-Gaming banned the Slug. Alright. Interesting. It would have been a pretty decent Slug game.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, Slug isn't necessarily super good against Night Stalker.
5 seconds
Just the
remaining.
vision game he provides and the ability of being aggressive onto heroes like Bane and Mirana without having to be too afraid of all of the disables is very nice.
You think that was a little bit of I don't want to say panic, but just we have to ban, so we have 1 second left on reserve time. You know, we need.
And it's a dream signature as well.
Hydra. 30 seconds. I think they should be. Yeah. That. Trying to think of what
Radiant
K2K
team
has
pick.
been coming up with.
Ooh. I was gonna say Lifestealer, because Lifestealer does look very good against Hydra.
Yeah, and they've used it against them last time. Like saying that Dota 2 game the days ago, they did pick up Lifestealer with 13
Dire
seconds.
team pick.
Ooh. Okay. I mean, they just wanna take it out, I guess, for Dream, because Dream loves playing this hero as well, and I don't think there is a lot of good matchups left in the pool.
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining.
Do you think that Drow ban just enables this Terrorblade pick now?
5 seconds remaining.
I think so,
'Cause like
yeah.
you say, what else can you pick against it here? Well,
Phantom.
You may
PL.
now select your heroes.
is that
And-
enough though?
Do
I think so.
you love me?
PL is very good against Terrorblade,
Magical, Papa?
and he looks pretty
it
darn good here in
magical, Papa?
general.
Run,
Yeah.
little mouse.
Yeah, not too bad.
Do you love me?
Yes, I do. Chill. But all things considered, I still slightly prefer V Gaming's lineup. Actually, do I? I
Do you?
feel like they have a nice, well-rounded draft, but they need to kill this PL early. If they don't, the game is gonna be horrible for them.
And what's the answer for this? Because
10
the OD
seconds
that
remaining.
could save when the Fiend script starts to come out, you know, that could save with the Astral Imprisonment.
5
There's
seconds
the dive
remaining.
forwards by the Ember Spirit that can create a barrier for the Phantom Lancer if the Phantom Lancer needs away. There's a lot of control. There's a deep control in the Lion and the Monkey. So what's
Absolutely
the
perfect.
answer to try and go into this PL?
Just running at him before he becomes a problem.
Yeah.
They have a lineup that is very good at just killing people early. There's gonna be a lot of weight on the shoulders of Lace though. Like, he needs to make these plays happen. Arrow and Antoja and Haze, they can make good plays, they can be aggressive, but it needs to be initiated by Lace, because these 3 other heroes are not that tanky.
See, I think. No. I know. No words just yet.
Isn't it
Looking
magical,
at both
Papa?
lineups
Isn't
as
it
well.
magical, Papa?
Do you love me?
These voice lines, these are really creepy voice lines, especially when they're
Hello, friend.
going right through on the headphones. Okay, so getting ourselves into the game. I'm kind of leaning towards Hydra's draft. I just like the PL. Terrorblade's pretty good. Terrorblade is a really scary hero, but I have the preference. Maybe Hydra, you know, it's fine, even though the V
Prepare
did
for
beat them. They're on a track for revenge now as well. They got that spirit picked up in the mid lane.
I would say that if V Gaming is not leading by 3k at 11 minutes, then they're gonna lose. That is my Wingblade certified prediction.
We need to get you like a little stamp that you can just put on every game.
I would love a stamp, Wingblade seal of approval.
There is going to be a 4-man smoke rotation behind here from the start of V, so maybe we'll look at get a quick pick up. So Lima comes out to the Lion. That's going to be some control of the arrow now as well, going straight through onto the Lion. Lion will be picked up in Zayats. First blood being given up going the way of Antaha.
Oh, let this nightmare never end.
Pretty nice. Of course, Bane is by far the worst hero to get first blood on, but still. The rest of his team gets a nice 8 gold to spare and 20 XP.
Yeah, it's kind of just a certain the dominance on the game, really, isn't it? That we don't even really need to get first blood over to the carry. In fact, he could go for a second follow-up now as well. The boy's going to be on to the nice
Second blood.
There is going to be a primal spring, but that's not going to be enough to dissuade them here now as well. As Muka just puts himself into trouble underneath this tier 1 tower. Spike comes through onto the Mirana. Mirana's only got that arrow up in 4 seconds, so Arrow is going to be able to get himself away from this harass from Muka as well as Zayats. So it looks like it's shifted onto Antaha.
Is Arrow gonna go for another arrow?
Try and turn though, the primal spring. Antaha trying to run himself away. Doesn't have a fairy fire, just relying on the tangos to try and keep himself healthy. And TP doesn't have the mana for it. So if he hangs around long enough, he's okay, just gonna eat the mango and TP himself back to base. Gets that heal.
Yep.
Kills picked up for V straight away.
Pretty ballsy play by Antocha. Pays off.
You shall not.
Yeah, the arrow even gets committed onto Lion. Lion Zayats is going to be voided up now as well. Needs to get himself back behind towards that tier 1 tower. He's just a pin cushion at the minute. The amount of arrows he's taken.
So far so good for V. This is exactly the kind of start that they needed.
Yeah. So what does Arrow look to do?
Out of my way!
He takes away the range creep. In fact, Dream's going to get voided now as well. Dream taking a lot of harass up from Lace and just needs to move back. But does Arrow want to be going for that standard kind of, you go for the 1 point in the leap and then you stack up the points into the Starstorm?
Yep.
Or is there something else?
No, Starstorm is just really good to max. Because if you hit an arrow, it's 450 damage.
Yeah.
Actually, a bit more even.
Yeah, max damage 180, so like 480-ish.
It's 525 minus magic resist.
So, the Void onto Dream again, and Dream not had a Dream start in this lane. He's doing alright in terms of the last hits. You know, he is on second in terms of last hits, but he's just taking so much harass. Lays, he's not even really going for the last hits as much. He's just trying to go for
Nice arrow.
I think he's about to follow up. Herd Spike just stops Lays from being able to follow up there. Didn't go with the Void, waiting for that stun to take down for the extra benefit of the slow.
How does he keep hitting these arrows without setup?
It's literally his name.
True.
Primal Spring onto Antaha now as well. Was that setup? The Nightmare just come out. Was the bonus damage going to come through? The Primal Strike. Blizzy will be able to pick up the kill onto the Bane. But A2K doing 8 and 5, so not as many last hits because he just keeps getting denied like this by Blizzy, who's going to go straight for the Meteor Hammer as well.
Of course. That is the OD build. It's basically part of his kit these days.
Yeah. And how do you try and
Radiant
deal with this on the bottom
structures
lane?
are
You know, do you need
fortified.
some rotations in from the puck at some point, or is this just let TA2K hit his level 6 and then just move him into the jungle?
Dire's
Arrow gets another kill into
bottom
Zayat.
tower is
Bottom
under
lane. The Primal Spring, yeah, it's not going to be able to follow up on that. In fact, top lane, are they going to carry on going here? Dream is alone. The Void comes out. And he doesn't have a point into the Doppelganger just yet.
I mean, honestly though, about the Meteor Hammer, you don't deal with it at all. You stay in lane until he gets it and then you leave.
Yeah. Okay, well. It's like, Lizzie, how far away from it? It's just going to be the Void Stone and the recipe. In fact, the next 15 gold or so, he's going to have the recipe as well, so he's only the Void Stone away. Top lane, actually coming outside, so just needs to back himself away once again. Arrow's actually moved back to base. He's going to have the TP if he wants to get straight back into the fight. Maybe a setup here somewhere. Okay, so yeah, he's not going to go for the rotation bot. There's not going to be a Nightmare Arrow combo once again. But throws that arrow out. Dream just barely moves himself out of the way. So the range
Gets a creep.
will be the victim. Yeah.
What else could you need?
Mid lane as well, we've not really spoke about this. Ascald's taking a lot of harass from Haze. The Flame Guard, it's going to do some work, but Haze with the orb being able to jaunt away as well, the phase shift, just being able to protect himself. How does Ascald really look to play this lane?
Just spam Sleight of Fist and he's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Like Ember, when you play against these lane bullies, you just max Sleight of Fist, you get Orb of Corrosion, and then once you hit level 6 you're gonna be fine. And in between you can farm like the small camp like he's doing now with the Flame Guard.
Okay. And how's he doing? He's 26 to 37 of the puck. As we saw Haze, he's just stacking these side camps with his orb. He's able to farm those up as well. It's going really well here for Haze. One lane. Try and get aggressive onto Antahar once again. Antahar doesn't. Oh, he's going to use the Mango now, so he's going to have the Nightmare up. As it looks like Monkey King going to back himself away safe here. Mooka, you know, there's not a lot of harass coming out. And TA2K, he just keeps losing out on the farm just because of the Astral Imprisonment coming through. In fact, I think Lizzie, it's like he's about just short of 200 gold. Getting the full Meteor Hammer now as well, because I think the recipe's on the courier. Yeah, the recipe is there.
I like your moves. I like your style.
That one about the moves and the style, it has to be the most obnoxious voice line in the entire game. I hate it so much.
I mean, there's been some good ones, like the Slack Zone now. When you're winning, that's a great voice line, but when you're like behind by 10, 12k gold, and every time someone dies, you just get spammed with, oh no, that's probably the most tilting voice line in the game. But that's just Slack's living up to his brand, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And if these are the kind of problems we have to complain about in Dota, then we don't have it half bad.
He's going to be able to get himself away. There's actually no points into the Serum Chains coming through, so there was no way to lock that puck down after the slight fist had come through. Monkey King
is under
will go for Primal Spring there, right, to follow up.
Dire are scanning.
Mooka just hiding himself in the trees, so he is going to be able to answer close with that tango and trying to stun up Mooka, but Mooka would have been able to, I'm pretty sure he would have been able to get himself away. Anyway, going towards the open corrosion, it looks like we're going to get another no boots Monkey King in this game.
I think so. It's really no point to buy boots on Monkey King as a support, because just by using tree dance on cooldown you have movement speed that is similar to having boots, and you don't really need the movement speed in fights, because you just need to stun and jump.
Speaking about stunning and jumping, Dream Call's going to be used here. Let's go E. This was a bit of a bait. He could turn it back onto the Monkey King with the Metamorphosis being up for the Terrorblade now as well. A couple more right clicks, Mooka. Is he going to be able to get himself away from this? The Orb's going to fly through, so it's going to cut off Mooka's path. And Haze picks himself up the second kill, but TA2K though, really nice. Okay, they lost Antahar, but a really nice reply to get a good couple of kills in this bottom lane.
My gratitude.
Yeah,
Especially when that was the reveal of the Meteor Hammer there as well.
very nice indeed. Still though, even with that nice kill, TA2K is gonna have to go jungle now.
Yeah, you think, okay, yeah, level 6.5, this is the point where he wants to move in. Jungle, I guess some protection from Antahar, just some wards to go down for him. Terrorblade It's going to be the Falcon Blade first, so it's not going to be this Dragon Lance coming up with the Terror Blade. How much do you like this pickup on the Falcon Blade compared to the Dragon Lance?
I think you still want to get the Dragon Lance afterwards. Falcon Blade just helps with farming. It's like 1/3 of a clarity that is permanently active, which is quite nice to have.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Another
attack.
Dream Call now as well into the two heroes Hour Fly, so it actually connects into the Ember Spirit. So the Ember Spirit going to be still up for a hell of a long time. Tries to get through Sleight of Fist. Is he going to be able to jump himself away? Has that Remnant if he needs to get himself
Radiant's
away?
bottom tower
But it looks
is
like
under
he's just going to
attack.
take some earn damage.
Twice as
Maybe
foul.
onto Heart now. Primal Spring comes out onto the Bane. Sleight of Fist now as well, Hydra. Trying 2-man around.
Radiant
Sure,
structures are fortified.
Anti just moves himself away. He just picks up
Radiant's
with double
bottom
damage, so there's no
tower is
reason
under attack.
for the Ember Spirit to waste too much time, I guess.
So far, even with the 4-kill lead for V Gaming, the game is very even.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
there's not really too much in the net worth. Blizzy top by about 70-ish gold. Could be a little bit more now if you get this kill. Luka though, T2K is moving himself in. There's going to be the rotation from Arrow. Double balance strike.
Radiant's
Luka
middle tower
running
is
himself
under
away.
attack.
A prize.
Does Arrow want to chase? And he is going to go for the 2 points into the Starstorm after the Arrow after the leap. Which is just normally what you see coming out from
Dire's top
Moranis.
tower is under
Come in
attack.
handy.
Well, top lane, we've not really spoken a whole lot about the Night Stalker after the first minute or so, but Lay's being left alone. He's having a decent time. He's close to the net worth of the Phantom Lancer here as well. Try and make a move onto this Night Stalker that could go in with the Earth Spike. He will connect now as well, so there's going to be charge in from the PL. PL, is he going to have enough damage? TA2K gets the kill to look on the bottom lane. It looks like Lay's, is he going to be able to get himself away? That's the Dark Ascension if he needs it as well, but it looks like he's going to be fine.
Radiant are
He's a
scanning.
big tanky boy with those double braces and the wand as well.
Yeah, good luck killing him, even as raindrops.
Dire's
Arrow.
middle tower is under attack.
He's got himself the urn. It looks like TA2K starting to move into the lane when he needs to. He does have that Falcon Blade. Gonna go straight for the Yasha.
Ooh, okay. No Dragon Lance for him.
Vest being left by the puck. Who actually picks that up? Give that over to the Night Stalker.
I guess so. I mean, you don't really need it on anyone else. So, yeah. Like, it's useless on Bane, so might as well.
Okay, well, Blaze on this top lane. Furia. Yeah, it is just going to be
Radiant's
the chip
bottom
best. I thought he might have
tower
had
is under
something else,
attack.
maybe. Stalker. Echo Saber coming out, sometimes just straight to the
Radiant's bottom
BKB.
tower has fallen.
Very rarely at the minute he goes straight for that Blink Dagger. I suppose you have the engagement from Haze as well that's going to be able to Dream Coil up. Is there a specific item you like for the Night Stalker? Is it that
Dire's
Echo Saber or is it
top
just straight
tower
to the
is under
BKB? You know, what do you think he wants to go
Dire's
for here?
structures are fortified.
I think the question is already answered by his quick buy, but I definitely think, unless there is something really special going on,
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
the Echo Saber is just overall gonna be the best option. Gives you tankiness, gives you aggressive potential, and builds really nicely into the BKB like you
Dire's
mentioned.
top tower has fallen.
Well,
Radiant's
they do
middle
take a tower
tower
on the
is
top
under
lane
attack.
as Hydra looking to put pressure onto the mid. They're going to be able to get this follow-up though, because it could be the Bane rotation in. They could go with the arrow, find the right angle, but it looks like PL
Radiant's middle
is
tower
starting those
is under
illusions.
attack.
Just going to be able to stand himself in the middle of these, so even if the Nightmare does come out, he should be able to block the arrow with an illusion.
Radiant structures are fortified.
What you can do here, Arrow, just looking for the
Dire's top
space.
tower is under attack.
But Hydra just back themselves away. So this tier 1 tower in the mid lane,
Radiant's
down
middle
to
tower
about just
is
under. But you were using 3 or 4 heroes in the mid lane for that to protect the PL and not really doing anything else. So TA2K is going to be able to capitalize on the space in your side of the map. The Hydra leads. He's putting the pressure onto the tier 2. He's not really going to go for it, but he can still put the pressure on with the creeps. Only really Blizzy finding
Dire's
that
top
space
tower
for the
is
farm.
under
That's why he's
attack.
top of the net worth, I guess. But yeah, Outworld Destroyer, he's got himself the after the Meteor Hammer. Going to be going back for the Aeon Disc. Is there anything after that, or do you think that's when Blizzy starts to get aggressive with a couple of members of his team, or does he just want to carry on pushing out this tier 2 with the Meteor Hammer?
Right now, I think he's pretty content to just play bottom,
Radiant's
because
bottom
PL doesn't
tower
really
is
want
under
to fight
attack.
before his defusal, which is still a
Dire's
solid
middle
600
tower
gold
is under
away.
attack.
And Ember kind of
Dire's
wants to have his
structures are
Maelstrom as
fortified.
well, so he's gonna be chilling for a
Radiant's
while
bottom
too.
tower
So
is
if he
under
can put the
attack.
pressure on the bottom lane, maybe for some rotations, he's gonna be very happy. However, if V-Gaming goes for any kind of dive, I would definitely expect him to TP in.
Dire's middle tower
Well,
is under
speaking of,
attack.
Asgold might actually be the one with the dive with that damage being now as well. It's going to be a Dream Call onto it. So many illusions, but not a lot else. In fact, might have been the Ember Spirit now with that arrow to follow up. There's going to be the Leap of Starstorm. A lot of damage onto the Ember Spirit. Ember, is he going to be able to get himself away? He won't. TA2K picks up that kill. Hookah trying to tree dance himself away, but they're going to be going on to Blizzy. Blizzy can get himself away from Laze. Laze just wants to carry on going here. Doesn't have that crippling fear for 17 seconds. But with Void, they might be able to go onto the line. The arrow flies through. In fact, Blizzy nearly turned back into it. But a good couple of kills, and that's going to be a double kill there for TA2K.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Not all V-Gaming didn't hit the 3k lead at 11 minutes. They're still looking pretty darn good right now. With both their mid laner and their safe laner sitting comfortably on top of the network.
Yeah, Antaha might not be as comfortable as it looks like he's going to be killed off. Blizzy does secure that kill. We're onto the Monkey King, but again, no follow-up. The arrow was actually used onto an illusion. So Marana not going to be able to help save. I don't think there was any way to save Antaha though. But
I think he's the most comfortable of us all right now. He has no pressure on him in his life for the next 9 seconds.
true, true. He can just chill out. Wait for the
Illusion.
respawn to come up. Laze. It's not going to be too far off that Echo Saber if he wants it. In fact, he's only about 100 gold away, so this creep wave should be enough here to secure it. As going to try and rotate. Mooka's going to try and spot out. How's the vision looking? You can see... Well, they can see Blizzy. Might actually be able to go onto the puck, though. Now, the TP's in for the Night Stalker. Yeah, Antaha's close as well. Mooka, do you have any idea this is here? The orb's going to fly through. It's going to connect onto Mooka now as well. Do they have the vision? The Primal Spring does come through, but the Fiend's Grip's already been used, and Monkey King should not be able to get himself away from this. Can't cheat death this time.
Ingratitude.
BM pause on himself. Now that is a power move.
He's just going to give himself a few minutes to try and sort it out, just get his head right, and get back into the game. Because he was the one that Primal Spring down, so he wasn't disconnected. That was a completely legitimate kill. So maybe just taking a couple of seconds to just do a bit of pacing, calm himself down. But that also helps get Puck to the Blink Dagger. Only going to be about just under 700 gold. And looking at both lineups, is there one you prefer for a Roche at any point here, or do you think both of them are kind of as slow as each other?
I would say they both take Roche at medium speed.
Yeah.
TB has a bit more damage than PL against Roche overall, but they do have an Orb of Corrosion on the side of Hydra, which helps a bit with the speed, so I would say that it's very similarly mediocre.
Rana building into the Yule Scepter now as well, so there's no... Now Bane, there's no Solar Crest coming out for the side of the to match up with something like the Orb of Corrosion on the side of Dire. No, the Monkey King probably doesn't. No, actually, we have seen the Monkey Kings go for the Solar Crest after the Orb of Corrosion. So maybe not straight away, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for this a little bit later on.
Yeah, we'll see. Of course, Monkey King has a lot of flexibility in how he wants to build.
Dire's top tower
I feel
is
like
under
Orb of
attack.
Corrosion is a given, and everything afterwards is kind of random.
Yeah.
You want to build an oil kit? Go ahead. Skadi sounds good to me.
Dire are scanning.
Lays just doing his best. I mean, it is going to be the BKB to come out next, and if you want to, couldn't split the Go Saber if he gets put under pressure, which we do usually see the Night Stalkers do. Maybe if they want to get aggressive that little bit earlier though. So the 3-man smoke rotation in from Lays as well. Side of Hydra. We're all playing pretty safe in that half of the map. Really Blizzy, but nobody's really near Blizzard to capitalize on this. And well, Blizzy's going to be going for his Blink Dagger now as well. About 600 away from finishing. Lays, does he want to go in with the Dark Ascension? No, actually gets the void onto Asgore. Backlines and the figure comes out. That's going to be the death of Anti now as well. So Griffin here will be used, but he's not really going to be on anybody. He gets caught in the Searing Chains. Rukun's going to be taking a lot of damage in his camp, trying to get himself away from the illusions. TA2K will be able to pick up that kill. The buyback comes through from Anti. It looks like they will want to try and chase here, V, with that Dark Ascension now going to be used. Void up in 1 second. Feedback comes up, but the absolute Prism going to try and save his life. PL is even going to get himself away from this one, Clean. With the double down, the Clean comes in the Starstorm now as well. Sanders is good. And it won't connect. It's going to be the dive away from the Ember Spirit. Asgore is going to be able to get himself away from this. As TA2K is just cleaning up in this fight, illusions or not. He's having a really good time here. Meteor Hammer going to be dropped onto Lays. Lays, the Nightmare, just to channel through to try and save in the back lines. Hayes jumps in. 14-4, that was a really nice fight though for V. And only really losing the buyback there on the bank.
Yeah, with this naked diffusal blade, PL just isn't ready to fight just yet, and V Gaming can pretty much move freely on the map, and now they can't really fight for another 90 seconds with the TB.
Yeah.
Other heroes should be plenty strong enough to make things happen. Once again, we're gonna have to keep an eye on Lace on this Night Stalker. Because Antocha and Arrow, they're trying to make something happen, but it's not super easy for just a Bane plus Mirana to get kills at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and
Radiant's middle tower
he's
is
just
under
content
attack.
to farm at the minute. He has the Mithril Hammer coming through. He's going to be getting close to the recipe, so maybe he looks to group up with the 2 supports once that EKB is closer to. TA2K just back into the jungle farming up. He did actually go back to the Dragonlance after the Mantis Saddle there as well. So, going to be the BKB for him next, which... Bit of Growth Bow. Does he swap out the Dragon Scale for the Growth Bow?
It seems logical. Because he would rather have attack speed than armor on a TB.
Yeah. Does. I mean, he's holding on to it for now. Hayes is probably chasing. Hayes has the Van Brace as well.
Yeah, I would be screaming at my team to get the Van Brace if I were this TB.
Yeah?
I'm not sure why they put Grove Bow on TB and then Van Brace on top.
I guess just for the spell, if you've got the Grove Bow as well, you know, the extra attack range is quite nice, that extra 100 attack range when you're in your Metamorphosis form.
I would rather have 15% damage on all of my spells as a puck.
Yeah.
Because with the Witchblade it's really nice as well. Just hit someone and deal so much damage.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they might still change it around now. Those items are completely dropped. As Yell, Dream, I mean, Arrow's close. Dream shows here, which he is going to do. Arrow could set up, Doppelganger comes out, so Arrow's just going to go in the Starstorm, try and deep push this lane. And now we know what Dream is, we could potentially look to V for create space somewhere else, maybe look for a gank or a kill.
It's gonna be 4 minutes until night, so they only have the Dark Ascension for 40 seconds.
Is that enough, you think, to get a kill? If Lays rotates in with the rest of his team to look for it?
Yeah, for sure. And TA2K
Dire's top tower is
standing
under
inside
attack.
the Roche pit, has meta ready. Try to maybe set something up here because they don't really Roche
Dire's
fast.
top tower is under attack.
Meta is
Go.
out.
Yeah,
See
with
what they
4
can do.
points
And
into
Tocha
Image.
is very far forward.
TP just trying to pull the attention away. He's going to be locked down. He actually gets the Nightmare off before the Primal Sprint comes in. Finger of Death. Is he going to be able to get the kill here now as well? No, he turns around the Fiend's Grip, but the Flame Guard still doing a lot of damage here for Antar. A lot of lockdown onto the Ember Spirit. And it looks like it's going to be the kill onto Muka. Can he carry on going? Blaze is in bits. He's going to be able to get the right click though with the BKB up on Asgold. Asgold just able to dive himself away. And with 2 heroes dead, the Monkey King as well as the Lion, there's no reason the Arrow maybe moved off the mark there.
Under attack.
But he can go straight back into the pit, and again, they only lose the Bane. In fact, this time the Bane, with the Nightmare being able to put the Fiend's Grip onto the Ember Spirit, bought so much time from the side of V.
Dire are scanning.
Quite slow. Let's see.
Still don't get anything from this, so THK going to pick the Aegis now. Well, that's going to be the TP away from the Night Stalker. Lays gets himself out safe. THK just trying to really step away from this. And again, it's going to be the Monster Style, so he's going to be able to get himself out of the Searing Chains. He steps forward, Astral Imprisonment. There's that Dream Call 26 seconds away. The Hammer was used just perfectly now as well. The Arrow won't connect. Looks like THK is going to be losing that Aegis. But can he turn and fight more? Because it's going to be all 5 heroes inside of the Luka. Going to try his best to close the gap. Starstorm comes out. Lion going to be taking a lot of damage. Astral Imprisonment comes out once again. Zayat will be killed off. Haze can he get himself out of this? That Dream Call up in 7 seconds. It's going to be Heal Scepter onto the Ember Spirit. Ember Spirit, can he get himself away from this backline? Haze once again. It's going to be Dream that makes a move onto the Puck, but the Puck with the phase shift to be able to blink himself out and hold that double damage through now for a little bit longer. So, you get an Aegis, but THK overall gets himself away. You lose the Lion, you lose the Monkey King in the setup for that fight. How well was that for Hydra just to get the Aegis away from V?
Radiant are scanning.
It's alright. Aegis on TV doesn't do that much anyway, because there is only one meta.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's a huge deal, but it's still quite nice, just taking that away quickly. And also showing that you can still fight as long as you take the proper ones.
Okay, well. Terrorblade, I'm not sure if he picked up the recipe after he went back to base to heal up, but he can split the Dragon Lance now for full BKB if he wants to.
Yeah, I think that is a good option.
I mean, he's only about 200 gold away, so he might not need to, but just if he needs it, if you put under pressure again.
I feel like he's just waiting, because having the Dragon Lance is slightly more efficient, so if a fight starts, he's gonna split it and get his BKB, and until then, just he's gonna enjoy the juicy 16 agility.
In fact, I think it's on the courier now, yeah, so one way or the other, that's gonna be both the BKB and the Dragon Lance. Zayat's could be in a little bit of trouble. Is there a blink? There's not a blink for the Night Stalker. He's building towards it, but he's only about halfway. So Zayat just needs to move himself back as T2K steps behind the tier 2 tower, looking to put pressure onto this tower with the creeps once these creeps from the dire side have gone. Blaze TP's out because there's going to be a fight breaking out. Are they going to be able to make a move with the Fiend's going to get Ember Spirit? Doesn't have that Flame Guard for the next 6 seconds now as well. The Arrow connects. So does the Starstorm. So does pretty much damage from Haze. Heal Scepter comes out to the Monkey King. Monkey King will be silenced by the Crippling Fear now as well. Trying to move himself out of this. But Laze has the damage with the rest of his team to get that kill. And Hydra just...
Dire's
again, they're just bleeding kills.
The gold lead isn't getting much bigger, but slowly Hydra is running out of objectives to defend.
Oh, Lay's going to try to TP that Void though. The Minster on that counts as a Crippling Fear, and the Lion will be slayed. And this is just, it's going to be a tier 2 tower as well. 3 good help left on this tower with the creeps here now as well. To me, it's taking some really good map control away from Hydra. They're even going to be able to steal an outpost now as well. Oh, Lays with the disconnect. There's a little bit of lag, so hopefully it won't be too long before he is back in. I think we've had enough pauses for the day with the press kid. It's just struggling. Series.
And Dream is going for a shot, which is interesting. Just having that in his quick buy kind of shows that they're anticipating some kind of high ground defense. And I don't really blame them. They just have Ember and PL with his Q to try and stop this, so... Not really the best lineup for defending high ground. It's not bad, it's just not great. After seeing things like Kunkas and Timbersaws and Tinker hold high ground for like 10 plus minutes.
Yeah, and how early do you think that you're going to try and break that high ground? Do you think for the next stages to come up?
Yep. They can take all of the tier 2s and the remaining tier 1. I wouldn't expect anything crazy to happen in terms of high ground pushing until we get either Aegis or a 5-man team fight wipe.
Yeah.
Now they will suffer.
I mean, you can see Blizzy, okay, he's going to TP out, but he is playing far away out of his base.
Radiant's
You know,
bottom
Dream's
tower
still
is
playing
under attack.
pretty far up as well when he's getting these illusions out. So do you think that V just need to look to get that vision down for the gank, you know, or Hydra, are they playing set? Because I mean, the rest of the team, apart from when Blizzy pushes down that bottom lane, the rest of the team are close by. Do you think Dream's secure enough just to be going to his triangle and looking for farm?
For sure. And he's gonna join the mid lane if his team goes for a fight.
Yeah. Grouping up, it's going to be a 4-man smoke here coming out from the side of Hydra, but Moonlight Shadow has been used. Could go on who? Anti is going to be revealed now as well. It's going to be Balance Strike with that Slight Fist. Because they have the damage, they're just going to be able to kill Anti off, yeah. If he wants to buy back, he has to buy back up again to get back in if a fight breaks out, but now I think he's going to be fine with that.
Radiant are scanning.
Got killed off, sure, but the rest of the team got away, and really, what's the position 5 Bane when he's only got 3.1k now, where the fact he might be able to pick the line now as well. As Soul Imprisonment comes out, Haze dives himself away to the orb.
Haze has haste.
He's here. An 8-second BKB. Still a lot of time. The smoke's still going to be there. He's got the blink down. He's going to be able to go into Muka. Muka can hear himself away from this. He looks like he's going to be able to treat that place. Gets the kill on a kill streak now as well. Takes down the line now. Your Scepter onto the Monkey King. Do they have the follow-up damage? It starts. Don Muka's going to try and slowly get himself away from this. Even using the Mischief. Trying to save his life. He's going to be hanging around. Slight Fist comes out now as well, but he's going to be stunned up here. Kill onto the Monkey King.
Strange time to hibernate.
Again, both supports just get punished. Out of Hydra.
And Haze is having a fantastic game on this puck. He's been involved in 20 out of 22 kills for his team, and he hasn't died a single time. Of course, not dying a single time is less impressive when the enemy team has 6 kills, but still.
Yeah, but that means somebody gave up 2. Who was it? Who was it? It's Antar, right? No.
Probably,
okay.
yeah.
Antar is all 6 stats on the side of the...
Fucking Antocha.
So he is playing the... No, that's good, right? Because it means that the rest of your team has the farm race on the ground. It means the rest of your team haven't been picked off. They're having a great game, and if it means give them 6 deaths up on a Bane, that's an easy trade.
It's still kind of sad though.
I could do this all day.
It's gonna be a butterfly now for TB. Phew.
You might even be able to find out the line. Again, this is not your side of the map. It looks like Hydra were trying to go for a rotation. Try and find someone in the jungle, and all they're going to find is death. Okay, and Antahar once again. But that's not the point. Buyback comes through from the line now as well. So Iris is going to get himself back with the fight. Chen Chug's with the crippling here. It's a big 3-4-man stacked up. Works that focus, so the boom call will be used now as well. BKB comes up from the hemisphere. No one else is going to be so lucky. They move down onto Haze. Haze is going to be able to get himself away from those fights. They're trying to orb with the base shift. As TA2K is just absolutely cleaning up. Going to try and chase up to Asgold. Asgold doesn't have a run to jump to. Going to try for the TP now behind the trees. Do they have the damage to take him down? TA2K and his illusion. One right click away from securing that. But just a neat play, because the arrow was going up where the Ember Spirit would have been walking up those stairs. So just to double back and TP behind the tree, break the vision and TP away. Yes, okay, you still lose the PL, you still lose pretty much everybody else, but nice play from the Ember Spirit.
Naive is completely untouchable right now though. He has 5k more net worth than the PL, and he has a BKB, so magic damage doesn't bother him. He has a butterfly, so physical damage doesn't bother him, and he has an insane amount of damage. I'm not sure how he's ever gonna die this game.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen a Sunday yet to keep himself alive. I think he's just purely been surviving on the fact that, like you say, he's got so much built-in survivability, the Manta style as well, for that quick purge if he needs it.
He used one after the Roche, but that was more of like a random heal than really some game-changing thunder.
He got himself the Blink Dagger, the BKB. Echo say we're going to go back for the Basher.
Radiant are scanning.
Arrow, Yule Scepter as well as 5 urn charges, a 4 staff as well. And then that Lotus Orb. So even Piranha's having a decent time here. It's just poor Antaha, who's
Radiant's bottom
sitting right at the
tower is
bottom of the
under
net worth.
attack.
Feels bad, man.
But he's being kept company by Zayats. I guess Zayats has that blink compared to the Glimmer Cape here. You have Bane, so there's just some follow-up. Zayats, though, he's only got himself 1 finger of death charge kill charge. I think we've seen 2 or 3 now as well. So he's just not been connected on the kills. We're not connected on the kills. Lace, big tacky boy. There's going to be a science of glitch. Pops his BKB. The Dark Sentry comes over. The Crippling Fear. Going to be able to turn this one around onto the Outlaw Destroyer. He did have the damage. Of course he have the damage. The TPs from everybody else trying to get themselves away. The chase is on. No, the Void is going to stop Dream. And the one hero you wanted to get away. Double Gang comes out. Dream is just couldn't run.
You don't really need a lot of anti-PL heroes when your puck is 1000 gold ahead of the PL.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Look at this, the chase is going to come through with the Crippling Fear now as well. It's going to be Asgold forced to pop that BKB once again. He doesn't have it now after using that round. Does have another one to jump away to, so Hayes with the chase. No Dream Call for the next 47 seconds though. Do they have anything to lock him down? Lays is super fast just as the night time wears off. And the Wind comes forward, the Crippling Fear will be silenced up onto Asgold. Will you have to follow up onto this? Asgold's going to have a remnant to jump to if he needs it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That's actually going to be Bane coming forward here, no Fiend's Grip. But the Nightmare comes out to Zayats. Arrow's going to connect now as well. Just one jump forward, yeah. Winning Rift comes out and Hayes picks up another kill. 12-0 and 14.
Oh, nice.
Dire's
It's
bottom
starting to
tower
look
is under attack.
quite difficult for Hydra, truth be told. Looks like V may just have their number.
Yeah, and so what can Hydra do? Because I mean, this PL just keeps getting picked off, 3-3 and 1. He's not really picked up any early. Okay, he got a couple of early kills, but in the past couple of fights, it's just not been going his way. What can he do here?
There isn't that much he can do. Like, this is the point where he is supposed to be quite strong when he gets that Diffuser Manta +1 item, but he's just so far at this point. He needs to kill the Bane first, obviously, and then hope that his team can maybe set something up for him. But it may just be too late, because naive, this is high ground time.
Yeah, we talked about this. Who got the shard as well?
A Night Stalker?
Was it? Yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, so the Hunter of the Night, being able to consume a creep, getting your health back, so that's just going to be even more sustained here on the side of V. And Night Stalker, that bash is not too far away if he wants to go for it. As the Aegis, he's going to be stepping up, he's got to say the Satanic, the Aegis, the BKB, the Butterfly, the Manta Star, everything. There's a lot of utility, but it's just so much survivability like we were talking about. So, TA, with these illusions now, how can you start to clear these off?
I mean, counter illusions with illusions, apparently. Thinking about shards, I would have liked to see the shard maybe go to the Bane. Because the AoE Brain Sap is great for clearing PL illusions.
Yeah, he could
Ascult.
get it out. That comes through onto the Ember Spirit. If you want to follow up, yeah, Arrow will connect now, so they could try and dive onto him. They have the Fiend's Grip available if they want to, but Altar backs himself away. The Glimmer Cape not available, so it looks like that was just a warning shot for Hydra.
Blizzy is behind. They can't really just jump on an Ember like that.
Yeah.
Must have been tempting though.
Arrow. Nighttime is out. Dark Ascension could be used as well. Muka's just going to be jumping himself around the trees. The crippling fear comes out, so Muka was the follow-up, was the arrow, anything to spot him out. It's going to be the first way to take these trees, so it's going to be the stunning with that Starstorm. The arrow connects and gets the kill there, Lace. Really well played, really well worked to get that on the Monkey King.
Ooh, and the catch PL with the coil.
That's going to be the real one now as well. The Principal does come out to try and save his life with the crippling fear. The defeat's being committed onto the PL. Arrow will go now as well. T2K. They'll be dead PLs for 72 seconds. And Hydra, they're just going to give up at least a lane of racks. In fact, with no tier 2s left, V, once you know this buyback isn't there, could potentially look for a second lane of racks if he wants to. They're going to dive in deeper now. Try and go into Blizzy. Blizzy isn't going to be able to get himself away from the T. Arrow's not going to connect. Splits the wickets between the two heroes, but that's still going to be the kill onto the OD.
Just finish now if they want to, but GG's called.
Yeah, Ascol diving in for one last stand. He's going to be killed off anyway, and the GG comes out. Hydra, as good as they looked, or as good as they look in the rest of the series, V look to have their number. 2-1 in the D2CL, and 1 game so far in this series. Is it that was it just a lot of pressure from V? Was there anything Hydra could have done differently to try and get the victory? You know, what was the downfall here for Hydra? Okay, well guys, that is going to be game number 1 in the bag, but it is still a best of 3, so Hydra have a shot at bringing it back in the second game. But V, looking to close this one out and assert the dominance over Hydra for the second time in 2 days. We'll find out after the break which way it's going to go. We'll see you then.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Spirit Breaker.
Dire team pick. Radiant.
Bang.
Admiral Conquer.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, we're going to jump ourselves back into second game of the
5
third
seconds
series of the day.
remaining.
V. One game up against Hydra. Wingblade. We've already got a few heroes on the board with the Spirit Breaker and making it through this time. Is there anything that Hydra could look towards picking up to really stop the Spirit Breaker in its tracks? Apart from the Bane, of course, which does have a lot of control of the Nightmare anyway. But is there any heroes you'd like to see up against the Spirit?
I would like to see more Tusk. I think Tusk is fun. Works well with Bane and Kunkka as well, at least reasonably well.
Radiant team ban. Dire
Monkey King is
team-
decent too, because you can see him coming and stop the charge really easily. There's a few carries that have stuns or ways of dealing with him. With V Gaming, pick up the Quop. Curious to see what Haze can do with it after his
Radiant
pretty
team
awesome
ban.
performance on
In that entire game out of V.
He had 12 kills, 12, 0, and 16.
Where do you go
10
from there?
seconds.
Like, how do you
Team back.
improve on that? Really, I suppose we're about to find out to see if you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, massive impact. I mean, massive impact from everybody, but Antaha the MV. Excuse me. Don't know what. But Antaha the MVP, because he just tanked all the
10
deaths,
seconds remaining.
up every single death that
Yep.
Hydra were thrown at him.
5
So
seconds
yeah, huge
remaining.
hats off there to Antaha.
Yeah, they were given 7 deaths to distribute among their players, and he just took them all.
It's a worthy
What?
sacrifice.
Radiant
Yep, what a
team
martyr.
ban.
I still didn't get a response though. A while back I asked him why he bought 2 raindrops on a silencer. He just ghosted me. So I can't
Pro
actually
players,
give him the MVP
10
because he's too
seconds
rude.
remaining.
Well, you never know if V win
5
this next
seconds
game, we could get an
remaining.
interview with Antaha, and there'd be no way for him to avoid you then.
True, true.
The Invoker, the perk, as well as the Chen Beastmaster taken away. Iro, the Odie this time not making it through. Timbersaw and the Rays are taken away.
Dire team ban.
Want to be taken out the Night Stalker, so okay, they say we don't need the Night Stalker this time, so we are going to remove it. Else you'd like to see taken away? Well, Hydra's got.
Mice is still in the pool. That's a very scary hero.
10
And
seconds
Weaver
remaining.
got completely ignored so far.
5
True, yeah.
seconds remaining.
Even Monkey
even-
King got ignored. Like, all of the top heroes got ignored.
I think either team go back for the Weaver or the Monkey King draft, or I say that we're only 2 picks in for each side, but are they kind of heroes that just fit in to every draft? Are they like your comfort picks of the pro scene? Minute.
I think it's more likely that Hydra picks up one of them.
Yeah.
V Gaming is probably gonna pick up something a bit more static and stable. Just something with like a stun or a save instead of just like the general pressure and aggression that Monkey King and Weaver provide.
Well, Hydra.
Dire team pick.
Well, this planet-
Radiant team pick. Nirana.
Okay.
Maybe trying to show can't really say that they're going to show V how it's done with the Bane Marana combo, because the Bane Marana combo in that last game from V was pretty spot on.
Yeah. And it's revealed pretty early now as well, so
10
V Gaming
seconds
could
remaining.
pick something up that deals with it, like or
5
Abaddon or
seconds
even
remaining.
Legion.
Radiant team pick.
There we go.
Baron straight out off the bat. So this is the, because we've seen the Spirit Breaker runner's position from 3 to 5, haven't we? But I assume this is both supports here with the Spirit Breaker and the Abaddon. V.
10
Not
seconds
sure
remaining.
about that. I would prefer to see
5
Spirit Breaker
seconds
in the
remaining.
position 3.
Yeah.
And then picking up some kind of playmaking position 4. Because if you have Spirit Breaker, Abaddon as supports, your laning is going to be kind of mediocre, and also the pressure that they have on the map together isn't too great. Of course, they do have a Queen of Pain, which helps a lot with pressuring on the map when your supports don't have that much killing power. But still, I would love to see something that deals a bit more damage in the support role.
Reserve time, just under. Looking at it, is there a specific hero you'd like to see in the position 4? You know, you were talking about playmaking. Is there anything that you think fits in with V's draft so far that could be picked up?
You know, I really should have anticipated this question.
It's almost like it was on a plate for me to ask.
Yep. Let's see.
Dire
Something like
team
a
pick.
Grimstroke or a Snapfire would be nice. They pick up the TB first. I mean, they don't have last pick, so it makes a lot of sense here. And it's quite likely that Kunkka is gonna
10
be
seconds
the
remaining.
carry for Hydra, or is it? Because this is
5
Hydra we're
seconds
talking
remaining.
about, and Dream likes playing the hard carries, and Kunkka is a carry, but he isn't that hard, at least as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I think we.
Radiant
Ramsey's play in
team
that
ban.
the very first game we cast, it went to like a 70-minute game, and that was. But every game past that, we've seen the Kunkkas every time it gets past about 40 minutes off. So, looking at this, the Underlord will come out, and because
10
is
seconds
this going to be the mid lane
remaining.
Kunkka then against the Queen of Pain?
I think so.
5
That is a
seconds
pretty
remaining.
decent matchup.
Dire team ban.
Mm,
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So again, going back to carries, they've taken away the Drow here, V, which is a good hero up against the TB. And we saw that the
10
PL didn't work
seconds
last time. Is
remaining.
there something different
Radiant
you'd think
team
Hydra might
ban.
go towards here if that is going to be mid Kunkka?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do the PL again, because once again there is a lot of pressure on V Gaming already with the Spirit Breaker Quop. So which other
10
options are
seconds
there? It
remaining.
always feels so awkward to pick heroes against Terrorblade,
5
because,
seconds remaining.
well, he has so much physical armor, and when you pick a carry it tends to deal a lot of physical damage. So you need to either pick so much physical damage that you have the burst to deal with him, or pick something else entirely. In this case, I feel like PA would actually be quite a good option, because you have the burst damage, and it's
Dire
completely
team
unpredictable as well, which is very nice against Abaddon, because he can't really save people. And of course
Yeah.
against Quop too, who relies a lot on like making calculated judgments and then blinking out right in time.
Yeah, and
10
look at
seconds
V's
remaining.
lineup, apart from the obvious blue strat that they're going.
5 seconds remaining.
So what is that? They've got Storm Spirits. Or,
Who knows?
But looking at this lineup here, it's a lot of, like you were saying, there's a lot of survive come through from the Abaddon as Terrorblade. The pressure that the Spirit Breaker puts on, that is going to be the 3, you know, starts to get himself around the map. I suppose that's why you go back for the Underlord, right? So you've got ways to catch again. You've got the Pit of Malice that can catch it, the damage that comes through from the Firestorm as well. Damage. Looking at this lineup here, because I think it's going to be the position for what's left for them to pick up Grimstroke. Oh.
Radiant team pick.
Just pick something with damage and preferably a stun. That's all V Gaming needs, I think. Could even go back for the line if they want to. Let's see. I still think
10
Snapfire is a
seconds
decent
remaining.
option as well. It opens up the Roche too.
Yeah.
Or they could
5
just pick an
seconds remaining.
offlaner and just disregard everything I said.
It has been known to happen. We have a direct voice players, but V, the last 10 seconds, let's see
Dire
Like some-
team pick.
like a eventual spirit.
Grimstroke.
Look at the Grimstroke.
Man, I call it. I am quite happy about that because Grimstroke isn't really that popular anymore.
And he's kind of bluish, right? Is that blue green?
10 seconds
sure.
remaining.
I mean, Terrorblade has a red gem on
5
his crotch
seconds
as well,
remaining.
so Grimstroke is allowed to have some red details too, and some brown. He's still blue.
Still. Ish. Yeah, that's fine. He fits in. Hydra,
Monkey King.
Choose your hero.
do I actually go back for the monkey? It's gonna be the Dream Monkey King.
Okay. So this time Hydra is gonna be a bit more aggressive to try and match V Gaming.
But looking at this, I mean, how well, because you don't really have, I suppose you have the Pit of Malice, and the Fiend's Grip. Is that enough for the lockdown, for the boat, for the Wukong's command, for what Hydra want to be putting out in terms of team fight spells? Is that enough control here for them up against V?
I think so, and I would expect Blizzy to get a Rod of Atos as well, which is insanely good against Quop. So it just means that you can Rudo for like 6 seconds or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's fine. I still prefer V Gaming's draft just because of the ease of execution.
Yeah.
But Hydra, they have a better shot than last game.
Well, last game, it didn't go so well for them. Let's see how much of a better shot they have in the second game here. Getting into it, Hydra versus V. I'm looking at the lineups, I'm just looking at this Terrorblade and how well it played in that last game. Queen of Pain, one of the better mids for me at the minute there as well, once you get past the Spirit Brothers. So, I'm still leaning towards V myself. I
Alright.
just think the timing's quite nice for them as well once the Queen of Pain starts to rotate and look for the ganks. Obviously lays on the Spirit Breaker here. This is just one of the
Prepare
heroes
for
of the
battle.
patch at the minute. So that is a lot of pressure they can put on in the early game. Once he gets to level 6, it increases even more.
Friend! Hello, friend!
Getting into this game. Fairly behind V. And maybe that's just the early caster's curse talking, and Hydra are absolutely going to stomp this game. And in that case, I'll put my hand up and say, you know, my fault.
It's fine, it happens. It's part of the trade.
Alright.
Let's see if Muka can make some wonderful
I could
arrows
do
happen
this
as well.
for eternity.
Because Arrow last game,
Do you
I mean,
love
he was
me?
an insane Marana.
Yeah, there was some,
Do you
even the
love
first bloods
me?
coming out,
30
those amazing
seconds to
plays
battle.
just to get those kills on the board. And it looks like Hydra, they're not going to play as aggressive coming into this. Unless you want to go for a wraparound, maybe a quick
Hello,
rotate.
friend!
Smokes.
We're going back in.
Okay, so it is just going to be looking for the 2-for-2 trade on the runes. You know, both teams just playing it safe for now, and we're not going to see, like we saw in that last game, that early arrow aggression coming through from the Marana with the Nightmare setup,
The battle begins.
which, after doing it, V might have expected this in the second game, so yeah, they just play it safe. Trades come through. Antar's going to start to move himself towards the bottom lane here to protect the A2K, and the off lane with delays with the Grimstroke here on arrow, and if how does this play up against the Monkey King? Because you've got 2 range supports. Blaze wants to come forward as well with the charges with the bashes. Yeah, nothing just yet. But yeah, how does the Monkey King play up in this lane? You know, you've got to watch out for the stroke of fates as well as the bashes. Is there any particular way that you think the Monkey King should try and play this lane?
Needs to be a little bit defensive. Level 1 he can do whatever he wants for the most part, because there is no charge into Inkswell yet. He's gonna have to be careful at like level 3, because level 2 Inkswell with a lot of bashes and stroke of fate as well is really scary to play against.
Yeah, so it's going to be up to, I suppose, Zayats to control the pulse, control the lane. You'll make sure that the creep equilibrium is always pushing towards this dire tier 1 tower, so that the Monkey King doesn't get put in too much danger, I guess.
Yeah, a lot of weight on the shoulders of Zayats. See if he can secure this spooky lane for his carry.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to try and get the pulls through, get those pulls off, so he's going to be leaving the Monkey King for a couple of seconds. Monkey King, skill build-wise, actually going to go for the first point into the Boundless Strike, level 2. So you want to go for Tree Dance, you know, being able to Primal Spring 1.
Kriya? Almost died to creep. Stream, get your head in the game. I mean, losing your career, it happens. But losing it to creeps next to your hero? Come on.
Might just come through the charge as well as that stroke of fate. The damage onto the Monkey King. Monkey's just got to get himself back again. Holding that point, it seems like, but it's just going to be that early salve coming through from Zayats. So the carry healthy.
A lot of restraint from Arrow, not using the ink spell there, knowing that Zayats would go for the sleep.
Nightmare does come through. Primal Spring now onto Arrow. This actually could be the first point trying to turn this one around. The ink spell from Laze. Laze, does he have the damage on the bash? That Boundless Strike is actually going to risk now. So Laze is trying to get himself in there to do what he can. Disrupting is going to be the charge in 1 second. Maybe have the damage. Could be the double stun there with that charge. And Dream getting pretty down low. Arrow's going to get even lower. It looks like, do they turn this one around? Arrow's not got a lot of mana. No man goes here to get extra mana up. Laze just wants to carry on going and look for that 17% bash.
That was so scary, but Dream missing his Boundless Strike there.
It's
really unfortunate for him.
I think that would have been first blood if it did connect. Well, moving around to the... What's happening? Mid lane, Asgold up against Haze. Or maybe not. No, top. Yeah, no, they're not going in. Haze, he's got himself the bottle at level 4 as well, 2 points into the Shadow Strike. How does this lane play out? Because Kunkka, does he want to be going for the armlet, even if he's a mid laner and not the R4 safe? Does he still want to go for the armlet in this lane?
Yep. It's just too good of an item not to buy.
Yeah. And what's Haze's kill potential then once that armlet does come out? Because that makes Asgold, you know, he can survive a lot of punishment once that comes out. How does Haze, or is it you just ignore the Kunkka and look to the other lanes for gaps?
I think so, yeah. But even the Kunkka is definitely killable because V Gaming has a lot of damage.
Yeah. See how it plays as Asgold just giving himself off to that side camp. Looking for the, I don't think it was a stack, it was just the one. Yeah, of creeps. So there might be the dive. The Boundless Strike will connect this time with the Primal Spring onto Arrow. Inkswell comes out. Arrow, that's going to be the first blood. The Laze, can he follow up with that charge? The Mischief.
Not
Dream.
first blood. I've
dodge
killed
that
lots
one
of
off.
people. Well, you get the idea.
Isn't it magical, Papa?
Yeah, Dream. Just off back. In terms of lasters, he's only on 16, lasted 17 now to the 24 of TA2K. TA2K is having a great time at 5 minutes in. It's not a massive gap in terms of, you know, in fact, Monkey King there. That first blood will jump ahead. But TA2K try to dive onto Blizzy and her to try and go level 3. So he's up for the 1 point into the Mistcoil. Not got a point in the Curse of Avernus just yet, but he is holding a point just in case. If he comes out and Blizzy is away. Only as far back as his tier 1 though.
It's kind of to be expected that Naive has a few more CS than Dream.
Yeah.
Because, well, you're playing against an Underlord. That means free farm.
So, once the Not in an insulting way, what's the point of this underload in the draft? You know, is it just for the extra lockdown, the protection, and to help with the utility for the Wukong command and stuff like that? Is there a specific reason that Blizzy was put on the underload here in this offlane?
It is very good in the mid game, and I feel like it is very hard to stop the TB from farming anyway.
Yeah.
Especially when he has a defensive support like Abaddon at his side. So he might as well pick a hero that skills very well in later on in the game then. And of course you have the damage reduction aura as well, which later in the game is really good against TB, because a lot of TB's damage is base damage.
How this one plays out. Meanwhile, Muka's going to be chased into the mid lane by Anta. Doesn't want to go too much further. But it looks like it was just some...
Ooh, arrow.
Arrows just going with the X for back into this. 3 seconds on that. X marks the spot, comes out. The stun's going to be down to the counter with a stroke of fate. The X marks the spot, so there's not going to be a time. One more right click, though. Askel will be able to pick up the kill. And now that we know that Laze is on his own, Dream's just going to step forward with the points into the Pingly Mastery as well. Just to force back the Space Cow.
And at this point the lane is lost for V, and it's really hard for Lace to be relevant here. Because even if they do go for the charge and the ink spell, Dream can just stand and fight, proc his passive and then turn it around. So I would expect Arrow to go elsewhere at some point.
Yeah, he's moving himself forward. He's going to be under vision of this Observer Ward. Did he have... So yeah, Arrow's going to be able to get the D-Ward. Nice little bit of gold there for him. Going to try and go for the double pull. Is it the time? I think he got it. Yeah, he's got that one off. That's a really nice double pull there. So he's taking some damage from the Tidebringer. That's going to be coming out, what's that? It is level 4 now, so it's every 4 seconds. That's a lot of punishment. Yeah.
Trespasser.
Rip and Tocha.
Or Antaha.
At least he's not the only one dying this game.
I was just about to say that he, at least, you know, the spreading the kills about, or the deaths about a little bit better now. They would have been happier with no deaths, but Antaha, he's not going to be the sole focus of the kills. Luka securing Blizzy's farm here on this side pull. As the chip fest does come out on top of the Vanguard, that's going to be a lot of protection here from Blizzy. I know he doesn't really have, I say that after Antaha dies, but the kill potential onto TA2K, but Blizzy now, he doesn't really die himself right here with the Vanguard.
Yeah,
with the
he's
chip fest.
unkillable. He can just
Dire's
sit
top
behind
tower
the tier
is
1
under
and
attack.
pressure the tower like that if he wants to.
Oh, top part of the river. They're going to be able to go. Arrow gets taken down by the boat once again. Hayes, the Inkswell, though. Did they have the follow-up charge? He's going to be coming through. X-Mark spot. Zayas charge will still connect. So it's going to go on to the Conquer. Astral, can he get himself away from this? Miss Coil. Does he want to try and throw this around? One more right click. Sonic Wave gets used. Muka gets low. Trying to loop himself away. The Nether Strike will connect in mid-air. And Muka, well, he was flying for a little bit, but sent to the grave. Really nice rotation there from the side of V to pick up 3 kills. And only really losing the, what was that, the Grimstroke again? Yeah. Only... Really nice pickup.
Curious to see if Hayes is gonna go for Orchid or the Sanjin Kaya this game.
Tower is under attack.
I think I would favor the latter, because there's not really that many good Orchid targets in this game. Bane is decent, but you don't buy an item to counter a
Radiant
position 5
structures are
support,
fortified.
generally.
Hayes back with a bottle bounty. It is going to be the Sanjin Kara, it looks like. It's got the damage if you want to try and make a move, I guess, but it's the Nether Strike though, not for 35 seconds. I was going to say, if you want to try and lock down Dream, you know, he has the damage, but at the minute, Laze doesn't have the lockdown to keep King from being able to get away, I don't think. I don't think.
Yeah, it's not worth the risk. It would be able to kill Dream, but it would be very slow, with like multiple screams needed, so it's not worth it. Meanwhile, Blizzy does get the tower on bottom. As we spoke about, he is unkillable right now, and V Gaming recognizes this and just gives him the tower. And Atos is next, as expected.
So that's all on the survivability with the crowns. The role of Atos itself, you like to say the lockdown, so being able to lock down the Queen of Pain for, what is it, like 7 or 8 seconds for the BKB?
You have the 1.8 seconds, then you have the ATOS, and then another 1.8. So it's just 5.6, but still decent.
And being able to use that, if you can get that off onto, well, obviously you can't get the ATOS off onto heroes, but being able to get the
Gleipnir, PogChamp.
specifically though the ATOS you can't get onto. But it's still going to be a really nice utility there for the Wukong.
Radiant are scanning.
Do you think he does go for the Gleipnir?
Nah. It's awful.
So this is it's about as predictable as the Sand King Basher.
Yep. I mean, I would love to see it, don't get me wrong, but we're not gonna see it. There is a lot of things that I love to see that we rarely see. Like every time inside a draft when I want to say, oh, this looks like a good Husker game, I stop myself because people don't want to see me happy.
That's specifically it. The X marks the spot, boat combo back onto it with a bit of mask. Queen of Pain will be locked down. The torrent still gets the blink on the end of it. Maybe just channeling that torrent a little bit too early to stop the second pit of Malice proc. Yeah, no, that's why specifically people draft the way they do, just to make sure that you're not happy.
Yep.
I've talked to them about it in interviews. That's exactly what they say.
Quop is so tanky at this
Dire's
stage.
top tower is
With
under
strength
attack.
threats and a plus 11 strength talent. And now getting a Sanj as well. Good luck killing her.
Yeah, just gonna be, I mean, it's 1500 health already. And you have that plus 2 armor as well on the Arcane Ring that just adds to a little bit of tankiness as well. So yeah, this Quop is for an intelligence hero. Strong.
That talent is ridiculous. Like it's one of the reasons why Quop is so popular right now. Because
Radiant's
back in the
bottom
day when
tower
she
is under
blinked
attack.
in, you could easily kill her in the 6 seconds that blink would be on cooldown. But now she has like 4000 HP and you're like, well, never mind then.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite 4k HP, but it's getting up there.
It's practically 4k. 4k effective HP, right?
Yeah.
With the raindrops and the bottle and the wand.
So, are they going to look for... I mean, we can see Hydra, they're dragging in Zayats on the Bane, but V, like you say, do they want to make a play with this Queen of Pain at some point, or is this just... Are they happy slowing this game right down?
Yeah, for sure. Because they know if this goes super late, Terrorblade is gonna eat Monkey King alive. And Quop skills a little bit better than Kunkka as well. So they're like, this is fine.
There's going to be a blinking with the X1 now. That's something green is the charge. It's a tree form, but it's still going to be able to connect. So wait, he has the vision of the Monkey King. Monkey King is going to be killed off. The Moonlight Shadow not going to be able to keep him alive. Was just in the Sentry, just enough range there to get the kill onto the Monkey King. I think they just shift focus
Dire's middle
right
tower
onto this
is
tier 1
under
tower.
attack.
Ooh, bounty!
Because Muka's just going to tip you away into the mid lane. So yeah, just going to be able to go into the tier 1.
Blizzy does have his
Dire's top
ATOS
tower
now.
is under attack.
So that is a point of concern for especially the Quop.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, not but was close to that in that last rotation there from
Radiant's
the
middle
Kunkka as
tower
well
is
as
under
what
attack.
Blizzy being on the lane.
Double damage!
Even with the sun,
Radiant
she's
structures
probably
are
not gonna survive like that again.
So,
Radiant's
don't
middle tower
think
is under
he's
attack.
looking to get,
Dire's
well, with
top
the Sonic
tower
Wave being
is under
down, right,
attack.
they just play this safe
Radiant's middle
Um,
tower has
and
fallen.
just let this tier 1 tower go. Because ultimates have been used, so they don't want to be grouping up too much and then maybe falling to a ghost ship.
Wanna know a fun trivia fact?
Go for it.
Blizzy has more CS than TA2K on this Underdoit.
Does 156 to 125. How's it looking net worth-wise though? A little bit behind.
It's not classic trivia, but I thought it would be fun to mention because you don't usually see heroes out-5ing Terrorblade, especially offlaners.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But Blizzy just built different.
With the Soulbind, any follow-up onto this, because the turret is connecting the Starstorm now as well, and Arrow, I guess, just using as much of his kit as possible just to waste time. Even using the Soulbind there, that's going to be on cooldown for the next 100 seconds or so. And
Radiant's
a
bottom
bit of an odd
tower
one when
is under
your
attack.
team isn't anywhere nearby to help you out.
Yeah, maybe he thought he could escape there, because I reckon he didn't immediately see everyone, but
Easy shot.
it is a bit questionable.
Well,
Let's see. Dream has himself an Echo Saber, so he's gonna be building into quite an aggressive build. Of course, Echo Saber became a better item once you were able to split it. Like,
Yeah.
that single-handedly made Echo Saber a viable choice. Nice.
Fiendford comes out, Arrow will connect now as well. Is Hayes going to be able to get himself away from this? It's protection from the shield, but it's not going to be enough for him to continue in this fight. He's going to try and go into the first line. Hayes actually gets locked down with the balance strike. Hayes needs to get himself away. That haunted shield won't last. The second charge won't last forever. X-Max spot onto Lays. Lays has already used the Nether Strike now as well, so it looks like with this pet mask there should be enough damage. So even if they don't get the Queen of Pain, they do still get some bonus skills there with the Abaddon as well as the Spirit Breaker.
Considering there was no meta, that was a pretty decent fight for V. Hydra still came out on top, but only by like 200 gold.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose it's the main difference is you lost to position 3, whereas Hydra just lost both supports. So, and it's still not a bad trade either way, because you do keep Hayes out, you keep him alive, you know, you keep team alive anyway.
And they have all of their ultis now, save for the Nether Strike.
Nether Strike, it's only about way as well if you want to try and make a move. I think Antaha goes for the borrow time Ag Scepter on the support. Or is that more the Arrow flies through, Queen of Pain? I think it does lock him down here. It's going to be another Aphotic Shield to get Hayes away.
I think there are very few position 5 heroes where you would prioritize the shot, and Abaddon is no exception. It's a gimmicky effect, but it's never gonna be better than 1400 gold worth of items.
No, does he go for the Scepter though?
Also no, because he's a position 5.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, Weaver's a position 5, so they could
True.
this.
But I would say that Weaver is rarely ever a true position 5. It's more like a 4.5, because he is very good at like solo pressuring lanes, and that kind of style is not really traditional
Dire's top
5.
tower is under attack.
Like, he doesn't sit behind someone from the start, because he has such nice mobility and ways of clearing waves efficiently and being aggressive that playing him like a true 5 would be a
Dire's
waste of
top
his
tower
potential.
is under attack.
Yeah. It just actually cancels it just short
Radiant's
tower vision.
bottom tower is under
Dodging onto
attack.
Muka though.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Arrow comes out.
Invisibility.
Just going to speed scout down to Roche, but Roche hasn't been started.
Growth bow on the floor, completely ignored. I'm getting flashbacks. Someone pick this up, please. My anxiety.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm sure somebody will.
Dire's top tower
As
is under
Asgol comes
attack.
in, going to be able to get the Tarn off, but it's just going to be onto Illusion. Leno, they might try and defend. It's going to be 3-man rotation coming in. Hayes.
Dire are scattered.
Charge is going to connect now as well. Blizzy. The one that gets gone on now as well. Hayes, did you want to go around going? The head is trying to do it again. It will be used now onto Blizzy. With that Soulbind as well. The Sonic Wave doing a lot of damage. You get the kill onto the Underlord. They want to carry on chasing the Soulbind. Will go on Dream. Could be spotted out now as well. Dream does he have the damage to take down Hayes. Hayes just has to move himself out of this Wukong's command now. With him scored. Hayes should be able to survive through that. Chase comes through. He's got another charge onto Asgol now. Where's that right click damage going to come from? TA2K, a bash maybe. Asgol, the BKB will be wearing off sometime soon. One more right click and Lady should be able to connect. TA2K gets it with the reflection. And they're even going to be able to go to Muka here. Muka doesn't have that lead for 12 seconds now as well. And Antaha is just going to close it out. Going to try and go with that critical as well. It's not even going to be needed. Blaze gets the kill. So yeah, the full curse.
It's all
Arrow.
memory.
Enough.
Okay, very nice fight for V Gaming,
Dire's
only
bottom
really
tower
losing the
is
quad.
under attack.
And I guess Arrow as well, because he was just tired of living in general.
It's a quicker way back to base, and you get a free TP out of it.
Dire's middle tower is under
That's
attack.
value to me. That is value.
You know what is also free? The growth bow that is still on the floor in the Dire jungle.
It's not even if it's like it's not like it's out of the way. Like the Paladin sword was in the steps that people weren't going to check. This is out in the middle of the jungle. Yeah, anybody who walks past this is just going to be able to pick this one up.
Oh, there is another item still on the floor, but this is an arcane ring. It doesn't really matter as much.
No. And I've seen this happen. I guess this is just a muscle memory with the charge coming through on Smooker. It's going to be blinking from Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain might not even need it. We'll be able to kill secure the Blaze, doing a lot of the heavy lifting. But yeah, I think a lot of players, muscle memory, like you were talking about, it's just been thrown off. Just dropping the items instead of sending them back to base.
Yep. That was a truly, truly terrible change.
And
Dire's
Dream
middle tower is
in a
under
little bit of
attack.
trouble now as well. Hayes will be able to use that illusion ring Dream. Well, is he going to be able to get off this Jingu Mastery? He's not. He absolutely is not. The charge comes through. Spirit Breaker gets the kill there. And
Dire's
Dream,
structures are
it's
fortified.
not a dream for him. 12 to
Radiant's
8.
bottom
Maybe
tower
last game
is under
started to
attack.
repeat on that.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
Okay,
bottom
March
tower
comes out, so they're looking to try and get themselves away. Antaha tries to get himself in, but there's going to be the Dark Taxi
Dire's
away.
top tower
Science
is
though.
under attack.
He gets himself out safe too.
Of unknown. Dire's courier has been
Hydra
killed.
did get the tier 2 now, so
Dire's
they can
turret
start
has been
taking
killed.
shrines or outposts.
Yeah, they don't really keep him for too long though. V at the minute do have a really nice fight lineup. Dropping all the ultimates pretty much are up at the minute too. So, what does what does Hydra need to do here to take back control of this game? I say take back control. It's not completely lost to them, but they just need to look for a good couple of pickups. You know, maybe try and bait some ultimates out, or are they just going to play defensively until they get another couple of items in?
I think so. You don't want to take any big risks here. Just in general, waiting for BKB timings and like skill ups for your ulti tends to be a good idea. Ooh, nice way to break the smoke.
Blaze, the arrow doesn't connect.
Almost still got arrowed. I think he would have
Yeah,
lived
I'm fine.
regardless. He was quite far away.
Yeah, that's always something that happens to me. I see the arrow coming towards me. I run to the left. I think, right, I'm safe, and then I just always walk back into it. Like, but that's why he's the pro player, and I'm just talking about the video games. As X-Max spot comes out, Antaha going to be dragged back into the time though. No time does come out, so Antaha should be fine. Arrow's going to be off the mark. Doesn't connect onto anything. Nightmare there. I didn't do the after damage to lock him down. Another charge going to be used. Took a little bit longer. Did get the kill onto the Baron eventually.
Dire's top tower
Rip
is
and
under
Doha,
attack.
dying for the cause as always.
Get some key scouts in there though to the side of B. Now they're going to know they're around Roche. Try and go in and contest it on the side of B. Because he's not dead for too long as well. What's that, 13 seconds? The tier 1 tower is still here in the off lane as well. Yeah, it looks like Hydra are just going to be forced to give this one up.
Dire's top
Jumps
tower
Mooker now
is
as well.
under
The blinking
attack.
from Hayes. Hayes is going to be able to do the damage. Actually went back to the Orchid after the Sanjin, the Kyron Yasha. Kyron. I'll get the combo right. Give me one more chance. Kyron sounds coming through here as Astro, so Baron not to grab onto just yet. Will eventually connect onto Blizzy, but the Phoenix is going to be used. Some full charge. Hayes tries to be sounded off and killed off.
And meanwhile, TA2K in the pit, just hitting Roche. And Bode is now down for another 50 seconds. Underlord can walk in with some Firestorm harassment, but I think the fight is done for Hydra. Roche is gonna be going to V Gaming.
Yeah, it's like you said, there was no way we were waiting for them to walk in and contest with how low it was. And again, V 14 to 9. It's not a massive lead. It's not like we were seeing last game. We were 30 kills to 7 at the end of the game so far.
The prize is
V
mine.
really nicely control this game.
It just feels like V Gaming has Hydra's number.
Yeah, maybe learning lessons going from that whole best of 3 series 2 days ago on the 15th against Hydra. And Hydra are going to smoke up. Zayat's not got the feed up for the next 48 seconds as well. So it's a little bit of team fight missing there from the side of Hydra.
Radiant's
What's Santa
middle
going to be bringing
tower
out
is
him? It's
under
going to be
attack.
Aethelons.
Venice.
Hurry though, the smoke does break Blizzy. That was right underneath the middle. Actually just come through. That's going to be the depth of the hurry now. Let's go on to THK. THK can he move it down? Keep the BKB into Monkey King. Monkey King though. That's going to be going up. It's already halfway through. In fact, once that comes out, he's going to get off the summit here in THK. The channel. It's not going to be up to the 8. He still get popped, but that's going to be the second. The pair of Mars coming out. We'll carry on going here onto the Terrorblade. Nightmare as well onto the Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker doesn't have that Nether Strike. He'd already used it in the fight. The Silence looks desired. Side will be killed off. And it looks like being too much clarification onto Blizzy with that charge. Now Dream on the back lines. The Firestorm as well to save Mars might be used. Oh, it's going to be enough lockdown to take down the Terrorblade as well. He's going to take a really nice fight here. Anti is going to go steal himself away from this. Haze was already out.
That was a huge boundless strike from Dream. Basically won them the fight there.
Yeah, and 4 heroes dead in Aegis as well, so that's technically a 5-man wipe for Hydra, and only losing the Bane. Just shifting these fights on the head.
Dream showing why he's one of the best carries in CIS right now. And I feel like Naive just realized that he may need a BKB after all.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, he does already have the Skadi, he has the Manta style up, so this is good progression. I assume it was a choice between the Satanic or the BKB. And we go for the BKB now. A Hurricane Pike to follow up after that. But yeah, Monkey King, you don't really see the early BKBs for the Monkey Kings, but Dream, like you say, he's just very aware of what's coming out from the side of V. And in these fights, because he needs to be staying in a certain range with the Wukong Summon as well, so he needs to make sure he doesn't get sundered. And he's playing this really well at the minute. 5-3-3. A way better time than he had last game.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think that going late against this V gaming lineup means that they immediately lose, because Underlord does skill really well in this game.
We're going to be able to get the Nightmare onto Hazy. Arrow follows up, so that was going to be the potted shield, but it just immediately gets popped. Started with that Fiend's Grip, the bow. A lot of stuff being committed, but they do get the shot to the Twin Pain. Might even be able to go all the time now. Antar. He'll be used up, trying to waste a bit of time in this borrowed time now. Is he going to get himself away? A potted shield once again. The arrow will be off the mark. So Antar, the right click's coming out from Ashford. Yeah, the Starstorm connects and Luca picks up that kill.
It's falling apart, Rob. It's falling apart.
We say some nice things and then immediately V just switch off. We're giving these players too much praise.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
Yeah, it's Hydra now trying to put the pressure on to bring it back. I mean, Tazy Tails top lane with the Manta Star. Does he keep himself back, just use the illusion to push out? Or is he just
Radiant's middle tower
waiting?
has fallen.
Every tower in mid lane goes down. This Rax is going to go down as well.
Yeah, he can't stop this.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
I suppose, yeah, with you don't want to be buying back when you're so close to
Dire's top
respawning on the side of the
is
B.
under attack.
So he's just looking to put whatever pressure he can out on this top lane.
And TA2K wants to finish his BKB before he takes a fight. If he dies now, before finishing his BKB, he's not gonna have buyback and he's just gonna be generally very sad. And we don't want to see TA2K be sad.
Oh, that would be...
That would be awful.
that
That's
would
not
be
why we
wicked.
watch Dota.
We want people to succeed. Only 50% of the people we watch can succeed, but... So, they're going to go back to the Ag Scepter. Just being able to get the cooldown reduction is quite nice. You know, the two uncontrollable illusions as well, which means that the Bane can do other things while that Fiend's Grip is going. It's going to be a long ways away because he is nearly form of the net worth. You know, he's playing that position 5. So it's not going to be anywhere close. He can buy a piece if he wants to. Maybe get himself the point booster.
Yeah, just for a bit of tankiness. It's a good option.
4-man smoke coming out. Blizzy's just... It's not really bait, but he is still showing, you know, so... V... is here showing. Get that BKB to challenge you. Connect now, it's a green. I think we're going to go further with another strike now as well with that Metamorphosis. V. You have that to take that. Get his BKB up and take you 2K. With the illusion, she's going to try and sit and right-click him. Green, trying to use this team to dodge off. It's got one actual connect onto anyone. There's going to be another charge through right.
4-man charge.
4 heroes. Sonic Wave now as well. They're going to try and get out. Blizzy, do they have it? With that Wukong command, do they have the exit? That was a lot of ultimates used. In fact, that was pretty much every ultimate apart from the Fiend's Grip used on the side of Hydra. Just so they could run away. Or tactically retreat. Let's not call it a runaway, you know. It wasn't like they'd lost a couple of heroes and they needed to retreat that and run away. That was very much if we get out now, we waste the Metamorphosis, you know, the Sonic Wave's gone, the Nether Strike's gone, so it was a very nice tactical retreat there.
Yep.
Hydra.
That was insanely good for Hydra. Wasting the meta and the Sonic Wave and 9-second BKB for TB. That is ideal. And your Kunkka already has a 6-second BKB. Same for the Monkey King, so it's just great.
Yeah. And Monkey King gonna go back to the Butterfly. Does the Terrorblade really ever want to buy out an MKB?
He definitely doesn't. Like, he wants a damage item, but he wants Deadless, not MKB.
Yeah.
Guess he's going for Silver Edge, but I don't really agree with that. He just needs more damage so he can actually kill Monkey King while Dream is disabled.
Yeah. Borrowed time comes through from the Abandoned. Arrow's going to be off the map. Beacon is there. I think they'll be able to do anything about this on the side of B. And that just goes down. But the Queen of Pain wasn't even close. So, well, he's here. He's going to be able to take down this tier 1 tower with the catapult. You know, gets himself and the rest of his team a bit of bonus gold.
Radiant's top tower is
Queen of
under
Pain has
attack.
that BKB, has the Orchid. Do you think the Co-op wants to build into the Bloodthorn then? Just to help out if that Butterfly does come through for the Monkey King? Or is that just a very late game item?
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I think Bloodthorn is a solid option. I'm a bit confused about the Orchid actually. So I think something like Shivas or an earlier AC would have been more likely.
Yeah.
I guess he just wants the extra disable, especially now that the BKBs are getting shorter.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
K2 tower on the top lane does go down here for V. Hydra being able to pick that one up. Roche, 35 seconds away. All the ultimates are back up. Metamorphosis is back up. So,
Dire's bottom tower is under
45
attack.
seconds. And you can see 3 heroes on the side of V. They are down in the bottom lane. You know, they're looking to attack from. Maybe they're looking to scout around and try and find a quick pick. But this just means that Hydra are going to be able to set up around the Radiant side of the map. You know, set up around because it wasn't decent time on the Roshan clock. So the next 9 seconds that it's going to take for Roshan to come back up. This is give a lot of time for Hydra just to say, we're going to plant our flag here, we're going to sit around this part of the map.
Middle
But once
barracks are
Roshan
under
is back
attack.
up, we can just move straight into it without being contested. Because they have their own outpost. They know no one's going to be able to TP to this on the side of V. So they know no one's going to be able to backstab them and have to go all the way around.
This is such a good position for Hydra to be in, just sitting in this triangle. They're gonna be able to farm up on Dream still, because, well, it's the triangle and that's what it's known for. Ooh, and Blizzy breaks the smoke.
Haze is actually going to dive towards the Roche pit with that blink, but Blizzy was up on the high ground, even the charge gets cancelled. Double damage rune, oh. This, the tide turner.
Yeah, that is one way to get damage on your TV. Waiting for 500 before even having to pop meta. Gonna go into Roche? No, right?
I think they're looking for the big wraparound that's going to come through. The smoke break on that's coming through. The sound onto the bane. Sonic wave now as well. So they should be able to get the kill. Yeah, they are going to be able to get it with that all damage. Now Dreaming actually gets forced out of the Wukong's command. And they're going to be able to do anything. Well, it's not Nether Strike. It's already being used. So Dream is moving behind. And Dream gets locked down. He's going to be killed off.
And he doesn't have buyback. This is Roche for V Gaming.
Look at this, Laze goes in with a long-range charge. He is going to be Fees Grip, so he might clear with his life, but TA2K is going to be coming up. The Metamorphosis is still there, so they're going to be able to stay down the space count. But TA2K, we want to carry on to the second comes out here from Luca. TA2K holds that BKB still.
I'm not really sure about that charge, because now all of the remaining meta duration is wasted, and they can't actually go Roche. If you go Roach now, you're just gonna get spammed to hell by Mirana, Underlord and Kunkka.
Yeah.
Just because you lost the SB. That is such a big mistake from Lace.
And looking at Underlord, I mean, he's got himself the Sheep's Guard now as well, the BKB Vanguard. He's pretty tanky anyway. He's gonna go towards the Ghost Scepter. How do you really deal with him? Is he just the last target you have to deal with in these fights?
Yeah, we saw it last fight. There was a DD Terrorblade hitting for like 700, 800 damage. We just decided to not focus on the right and just ignore him.
He's going to be taking a lot of damage, but the BKB will be coming out for him now as well as Blizzy. He's just going to be able to walk himself away on 700 health. Do they have it? Kingswell's going to be onto an illusion. It's going to be body blocked by the other illusion, so it's not going to connect onto Blizzy. Blizzy should be able to walk himself out of here.
Yeah, Blizzy doesn't care. You need more than that to take him down.
Yeah.
He's just vibing. Hydra move into the pit.
The Stroke of Fate's now starting to come through though, so Arrow just wants to see where, I mean, the Fuse Grip's up in 2 seconds as well, so there's a lot of control on the side. Send those illusions into counter down to see how low it is. Maybe get an vision, or maybe give them Blaze some vision to charge through. Arc lines though. But does come through, we'll constantly into the top. This is a defensive one to try and secure this road. It's going to be a big charge. The illusions comes out, so it's not going to connect. Haze gets it. He's going to be able to get himself a bit, but Haze picks up with that Sonic Wave to the Aegis pops. So Haze with the snatch, with the low chance to snatch now as well. TSK turning himself around. He does still hold that Sunder Blitz to get really dark low now as well. They're going to be able to get them onto the Kunkka as well as the Monkey King as well. He's going to try and throw out a loop on Saman. Sorry, the Boundless Strike. The rest of his team just stands around. Charge from Lace, who's going to be able to help push out this mid lane.
Middle barracks are under attack.
That was a really nice contest there from V.
I really love how Lace used his charge on the bottom lane to try and get a stun on everyone. And everyone was so preoccupied with stopping him that Haze got like the perfect ulti. Even pushing away Dream and making sure that he could steal the Aegis. Just some really sick plays all around there. Now 2 bounty runes for V Gaming.
Just to rub it in. But yeah, you can see that Hydra still don't save for buyback at the minute. Surprised that V aren't putting the pressure onto the tier 2 tower in the mid, maybe looking to eat racks.
Dire's bottom tower
His career
is
in the
under
trees.
attack.
But it's still going to be some space here for tier 2 kids to find extra farm. Maybe go back because he's picked up the Silver Edge. He actually is going to queue up the Daedalus, which will be extra damage. Will be just a nice secondary item to have alongside the Silver Edge, or a primary item to have alongside the secondary Silver Edge. King, he is most of the way towards the butterfly.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Haze did die. So Haze though, it's actually going to be finishing off the AC, so it's not going to be that Bloodthorn straight away.
Okay, and T2K actually went for a Satanic and now queued up the Hurricane Pike, so you generally see swift blinks in the late game, but I guess he just wants the Hurricane Pike against the Monkey King. It does really help in man fights, while swift blink is a bit better at just jumping in and killing someone.
Net worth wise, he's about 5k ahead of the Monkey King. What does the Monkey King want to go for? It's going to be the Basher after the butterfly. Does this really help out? on the Monkey King.
Yeah, it does. It's not ideal because the clones don't bash,
Yeah.
but in man fights, it's still gonna help him a lot. Especially with the evasion as well, he can actually stand up to the TB. He's not gonna win the man fight. He's not gonna get completely destroyed. He's just gonna get moderately destroyed. And what more can you hope for against a Terrorblade that is over 6k gold ahead of you?
He even got himself a leveler in his backpack, so if they do end up taking a fight here, V are going to be able to go on to Arrow comes through TA to be able to dodge that one off. And Hayes picks himself up. Oh, actually, TA picked that one up. I thought Hayes was blinking in to get the bottle, but he took the embers. But yeah, so he's got that leveler, so he's going to be able to step up onto buildings if they take another good fight. He does have the MKB queued up, so they know the Monkey King has that butterfly. Is this just a buyout here for the fights now that the evasion is up for the Monkey King? Do you just want to be picking this one up and saying,
Dire's
well,
middle
buyback or
tower
not,
is
we
under
need to be
attack.
able to hit the Monkey King?
It's better to be
Dire's
a
middle
useful
tower
Monkey
has
King
fallen.
once than to be a useless Monkey King twice.
Yeah.
Like, he knows that in order to stand a chance in these fights, he needs to be as kitted out as he can possibly be.
Okay, well, I mean, still a ways away from the bash line dance. Okay, in fact he did. That's going to be an immediate charge through onto the bin on the back lines. In fact, Hayes, so the blade gets committed to get the kill onto this now as well. So Hayes trying to move himself away from the aggro. It looks like there's going to be another rift away. No. Okay, so once again, Metamorphosis has been used. They did lose the Bane, that was the Fiend's Grip, but LV, they're going to smoke, maybe try and get something on this Metamorphosis before it wears off. Tier 2 tower has already gone down. What can they get from this? Hydra are pushing out of the base, only slightly, but they are pushing out.
Radiant are scanning.
Ooh, and TA2K is committing for his MKB. So if he dies without buyback.
Yeah, but they might be able to go to Blitz Blitz. The damage will be there. It looks like he's going to use the door step to move up to Smash Guns out. And it's going to be a lot of damage from Hayes. Hayes gets taken down low, but is he going to be able to get the kill? It looks like he's going to be able to get himself away. Can't say the same for Lays. And half with that borrowed time, with the potted shield, the backlines, they are going to be able to get the kill onto Arrow. They have the drag back, they do, so they have some good kill potential there on Hydra.
Such a huge risk to take there. 4v5 like that, trying to burst down an Underlord before he can react.
And like we talked about, yeah, Underlord is super tanky, over 3k health. What's that? Over 37, 42 armor there as well. With the Ghost Scepter, so you can't right-click him for a few seconds on the Terrorblade as well.
Yeah, and this should be another set of wrecks for Hydra, because there is no meta for another full minute.
Radiant's bottom tower
You can have
is
your
under
MKB, but as a melee hero, you just don't do shit
Avengement
as
shall
TB.
Dire's
He needs
bottom
to get
tower
the
is under attack.
Aghanim shard and upgraded Aghanims ASAP.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's see what they can do, because there's not going to be a Wukong slam for the next 9 seconds, so it looks like Hydra playing away from this tier 3. The tier 3 did get pretty low. Finish the job.
Taxi service back to base.
A tribute to my house.
Queen of Pain, it's going to be the nullifier for his...
She
Blade.
also doesn't have buyback. Oh, this has to be terrifying.
One good kill away from having it though, 500 gold away.
Also one death away from losing the entire bloody game.
Radiant are
True,
scanning.
true.
They're gonna find Blizzy again. This is not the target they want.
Arrow actually gets used on a Terrorblade illusion.
You really don't want to walk up high ground, unless you can start off the fight by killing a Bane, of course.
Well, walking up high ground and what Spirit Breaker does, I don't consider that walking. That is
True.
just an absolute great training with hero here. He's going to be able to charge once again. Now the Pit Mask comes out. He's going to stop him in his tracks now. The strike is back on the blade. He can have it down here with his arms. JB as well to load so as good news for TATK. Just trying to move away from the foe. Holding that JB once again, but Lays just carries on charging through. He's
So many bots.
there is a fleet as the reflection gets used. Astral slowed down, charged up, but he'll set to stop Slays in his tracks. The arrow looking right now, look, they're fast to push through. Coming on in some way to try and punch them away, but they might still be able to take down Spiritbreaker. Not before they get the kill onto Astral. Slays, buyback comes through from the Duncan now. THK with a summon onto Dream. That is just not the hero that they needed to be summoned.
Death of 1,000 cuts.
Last spot. There's not going to be any follow-up, and Monkey King doesn't have the buyback. So you talked about them being useful once, but don't know if that was the peak usefulness.
He just needed a bash. So unfortunate that TV got off the Sunder there. That was huge. But now even with the kill on the Monkey King, they can't push because it's against Underlord Kunkka. Good luck with that one.
Yeah. At least I suppose he forced out the buyback from the Kunkka. So if you can kill him within the next
Radiant
7 minutes,
scanning.
then you maybe have half a chance.
Yeah, for sure. And TB is gonna have his buyback as well in just 100 gold. Quop has buyback, so that is really nice for V Gaming. It is disconcerting for Hydra though.
A little bit. Bro, flying into the Roche pit. Not be able to spot anything. Roche, it's still going to be just on the back up. Smoke feels going to be there. Haze, we do see them. Or they see at least Haze. Well, are working towards. I mean, we've not really spoke about the support items on either side, really. We know the Bane was going towards the Ags. He's still going towards the Ags. I really
Very
like
slowly.
Yeah, just he's eventually gonna get there if this game goes long. But I talked about the Ags on Zayat. I really like the Ags on the Grimstroke. Dark Portrait is an incredibly strong spell for the late game. Just being able to use that on the Kunkka or the Monkey King to turn that back against them. But
Yeah, it is always quite scary.
again, the lockdown onto the Terrorblade illusions. Arrow's just gonna the Roche bit. Have an actual charge target. It's gonna go to Zion once again, sound up by the Phantom. But Lazy goes over the Nemesis. He's got that BKB, one more right to the top way, finishes the jump once again. The Soulbind onto the 2. Are they gonna be able to do any more damage here? They take down Luca. He get a courier.
Gotta love these hyper speed charges. I have a feeling those are gonna get nerfed as well in the next patch.
I think they're gonna put like a max movement speed on him.
Yeah, or just reduce the bonus that you get from talents and agonyms.
Yeah.
Because charging with like 1400 movement speed, it's a bit ridiculous. He has the spider legs as well, which is so good on Spiritbreaker. Like, there is just no way to counterplay. Because even if you see it coming, you cannot use something like Pit of Malice fast enough. Because the cast time is slower than the travel time that it takes Spiritbreaker to charge over the entire bloody map.
I wrote that stuff now. How's that having a I wonder.
That's TB 100. Oh wait, he has it already. Never mind.
Yeah, no, he's,
Oh, they gave
give it to the Grimstroke, so he doesn't even need to buy this now. He's just gonna have
Very
that
nice.
portrait.
Because Antoja somehow managed to farm his own.
Told you. I called it.
Yep.
20 minutes ago, I called
True.
it.
I'll take back everything I ever said in my life.
I don't even need an analyst. I can do this job by myself. No, please don't leave. I would be in deep trouble without an analyst. Immediately retract that statement.
I mean, we're approaching the point in the game where analysis is useless though, because after like 55, 60 minutes, it just becomes chaos. And two teams throwing bodies at each other until one team runs out of buyback. Oh, 4-man charge.
It's going to be Lays with that 4-man connect on the charge. He just got another strike off, but he's getting pretty low. Can he do any more damage? He do take him to Luca. And it looks like he just want to get himself out of that Wukong now with fall time for Abaddon as well. It's going to be fine, yeah. And Lays, this is the big thing as well, that Lays can just TP back and then heal up, and as long as you have a target to charge to, you can be back in about 5 seconds in this fight.
I love how that charge plus Nether Strike did 4000 damage. Like back in the day, Spirit Breaker used to be a hero with a lot of disable but very little damage.
Yeah.
And now he's like one of the highest damage offlane heroes in the game. It is a little bit silly.
It's fairly strong.
Look
Yeah.
at this.
Connects onto Blizzy now. Again, Blizzy uses that ghost after coming out from the Tower Blade. I think they're able to do more. Should be able to move on to this tier 3, even with the fortification. The tanky illusions from the Tower Blade should be enough to keep the pressure on this tier 3 tower. They want to carry on going. Yeah, they have the attack rate as well from Haze. TA just in case he gets dove on him. Where's that Wukong's command up in 14 seconds?
Should be a tier 3. Oh, the push is so agonizingly slow.
I mean, he talked about it, the cleave from the Conquer, the Firestorm coming through from Blizzy. It takes a long time.
I feel like V Gaming is already waiting for the next Aegis, and they still have the current one.
Yeah, but then they'll have a Refresher Shard, another Aghanim's Blessing. Actually, is it only Haze? It's only Haze that doesn't have the Aghanim's Blessing.
What a pleb.
He's one of the cool kids, you know, he's not mainstream like the rest of his team.
I guess it's another like 150 pure damage or something on his ulti.
Yeah.
If he gets to like with a refresher shot, that would be quite nice as well. But it's mostly, this game is just a lace show where he just charges in like an absolute madman, and then with the Grimstroke Inkswell follow up, it's some good stuff. Meanwhile, Zayat's farming in the enemy jungle, still doesn't have his Aghanim Scepter. Feels bad, man. Ooh, charge.
Charge?
Gets cancelled. Too spooky.
Yeah, not to know that Ashgold was pretty much on his own there. You know, you don't know what you're going up on the high ground up against, but he's pretty tanky as well. 4.4k health. A Satanic. Yeah, he does have a lot of survivability. He's going to have the buyback again in 47 seconds. Has the gold to buy back just in case as well.
He is very survivable. He just doesn't do that much. He has some decent disable, but I feel like it's not disabled that they're lacking. They need some like high burst damage to actually kill someone. Or they need to drag out the fight to like 2 minutes so that Underlight can start dealing damage.
Yeah, and level 27 as well, so he is going to be able to get the other side of the talent tree. The -2 second Tidebringer cooldown, if he gets to, once he gets high enough for that, is going to be a massive impact. Being able to throw that up pretty much every, what's that, right click and a half? Every 2 right clicks between on the Tidebringer. Because it's down with the spell prism, it's down to 3.3 seconds. Yeah, so bringing that down even further, that's just going to be a massive amount of bonus damage that Wukong is going to be able to output in these fights.
It's always so sad though that the creeps you're hitting with Tidebringer tend to die so fast.
Yeah, but so no, it was with Leonartha when we were casting the other day. There was an Enchantress on the other team, and it was about 30 minutes in, and every time the Kunkka came forward with the cleave, the Enchantress just disappeared. But that was like with a Daedalus, with the Silver Edge, you know, putting out a lot of right-click damage. Right.
Yeah, this is not really that kind of game. It would have been really good if he had a bit more damage, because both Grimstroke... I wanted to say both Grimstroke and Abaddon, but Abaddon actually has a lot of HP in this game due to the Aghanims. But Grimstroke is still within one-shot territory.
Yeah.
Or at least like 2/3 HP territory.
I think you're right as well about V just waiting for the next Roche. This Aegis only has 33 seconds left on it.
Like, I truly do not know what they're waiting for. They have a 7-slotted Terrorblade who has a bloody DD rune in his bottle. Like, what more could you want?
8-slotted Terrorblade. Gotta get that Moonshard there as well.
And a Demon Seal, because that's a great ability on TV to have. that everyone loves and always prioritizes. It's not bad with Satanic though, it's just also not good.
Yeah. Okay, well, that is the Aegis. He does have the gold for the... if he wants to go through and buy back, you know, he does have the gold for the Moon Shard as well as the Ag Shard. Sitting at just over 7k. DD will get popped.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Trying to go this charge. Connected onto. It's going to be onto Blizzy now. Did he come forward? Did he have enough damage? Blizzy's going to be able to use that BKB. But now the strike. Losing with that Moonlight Shadow. And it's going to be a trap. If Hydra comes out, they're going to be able to take it down. But Lays, does he want to buy back into this? Backline says, he can move himself away, maybe. He can blink away. Lays is not going to buy back onto this. So it looks like V might just retreat.
Gaming is so frustrated. They really want to break the base, and you can really tell with plays like that, where someone just charges in onto the tankiest hero on the enemy team and then walks up a high ground. He just wants something to happen. It's like, I just want to feel something.
Well, we'll eventually, we're getting up to the hour mark, but we'll eventually go back for the Bloodthorn.
Radiant are scanning.
5.5 minutes away from the tier 5. We're entering crazy territory now on side. But well, both teams, because those tier 5 neutrals, you know, we saw, was it the one where the Enchantress picked up the end disc and you just couldn't kill it, because if we take a look at the neutral items,
Excellent.
it was just being refreshed all the time. For the decision, the escalator wouldn't be too bad for... He's got himself the ninja gear, the minus armor, as well as that extra attack damage.
Yeah.
Giant's ring for Blizzy.
Foy's boots are pretty mediocre for anyone except maybe the Spirit Breaker, because it just gives a ton of movement speed.
Yeah. But, God, Terrorblade has 10k gold.
Look at Bane. He did it.
He got it. Woo! It only took him just under an hour. Again, no flames. He is the position 5. He's died 9 times, obviously. Moon grips. I'm trying to get the troll off, so no flames on sides though. And this is just to make it the war trade coming through. This is going to be a bit of mouse here, so Lays gets caught in his tracks.
Is TA2K not buying a moonshot for himself? Even if you don't care about the attack speed, the night vision is still nice.
Yeah. What does... I mean, it's just going to be... He's going to immediately kill that though, right?
Are scanning.
The Radiant scan does come out. Askel going to be chased away by illusions. Muka, you want to try and move on to this? Again, it's still illusions now, so... will be cleaned up from the arrow. Take the outpost, tier 2K into the space, mouse for a quick connect now. And the pair of mouse comes through tier 2K, tries to get himself out with the man style. He'll be able to get himself away. Safe.
They didn't even get the outpost.
Shame. Lays just doing his best to push out this mid lane, stop the aggression coming through, but this opens up even the smallest window for Hydra. Try and get but it's going to charge on the Muka now as well. He's going to be from the end. This is a little bit early, and now the Spirit Breaker will come on the back line. So he even locked down low enough. It looks like he's maybe just giving this one up to Muka, so not coming through, saying, yeah, we don't want to push into this smaller time. It actually might be the pushback onto Antahad to get the kill. Dark Portrait even needs to move himself out. Inks, well, the chase out, the Phantom for the silence. Yeah, Lays just once again pushing that one. So yeah, Lays didn't overcommit. Didn't want to go through. When the Pip Mouse was down, the Wukong Command rings down. And he only really lost the Abandon. The Abandon has that buyback as well.
Moves into Roche.
There it is. So they forced that out at least.
I love how Blizzy went for a refresher web as well. He doesn't know what to buy, so he's like, oh, I'll just get 2 Hexes, 2 BKBs, 2 Shivas, 2 Pits of Malice, and just a back and forth trip with Dark Rift.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you've got somewhere to jump back to, you can always jump out, heal, and jump back into the fight. It'd take 20 seconds or so I don't know if the fight would carry on going. But, theory. That charge Blizzy does a lot of damage, and all five comes on as well. The BKB and the strike, the right click damage, Sonic Wave, even Haze to be able to get that kill onto Blizzy with the Hex. The BKB comes on, onto the Spirit Breaker. This might be a good trade here. Of course, speed scripts, it's the bolt tweet. Now the Baba comes out, and it looks like they want to carry on chasing with this Metamorphosis only just being used. He's going to TP back into this. Pressure.
The torrent. Are you kidding me?
Only a little bit, as it looks like Lucon's smart. So we bait this round, they're going to be able to move themselves away from this TA2K. TP's himself out.
Man, what a ridiculous torrent. Somehow timing it to... I mean, he wasn't intending to hit the Spirit Breaker, he just accidentally hit like a 1600 movement speed Spirit Breaker with a torrent right on the edge. And it looks like TA2K actually bought himself a refresher lab and is now queuing up a Rapier. So he's like, I'm tired of all of this, I just want to deal damage.
Yeah, go big or go home. But inside the pit, so the Soulbind comes out, no one's going to get super close, as it looks like the reflections as well onto Anta. We have the stun lock, enough damage now as well, so they are going to be able to take down Ascol.
Bloody murder.
That's the second meta used. Let's see what they can do with this. I don't think Roche is even that important anymore. Because people are running out of slots for ages.
Yeah. I guess this is just a bait to draw both teams in, right? That, like I say, even if it's not super important, it's an objective that if Hydra can keep V out of the base long enough, this mid lane will push in. If V can take this Aegis, then they potentially have what they need to get the high ground push.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we've been looking at the same area for the past 10 minutes. And this Roche is up, but they're already waiting for the next Roche.
Just take a look at what item the Queen of Pain has in that neutral slot. Okay, the BKB is going to be used now as well. This is going to be a massive Wukong command, and I mean that in the area-wise. Team Swift does come out terribly, but we locked down inside that Wukong command backline, so I do be able to take down Anta. By the time comes out once again, TA2K is super tanky. Going to be able to survive through that now. And Haze, well, the charge is going to be actually pushed back into the arrow. With the tidal wave now, so Haze has to buy back. He has that cheese available, no borrowed times. That's going to be the death of Antaha. Antaha is dead, no buyback, 116 seconds.
There is no meta. There is just a single throw wave.
It could come through though. The charge actually connects it onto Blizzy again. The Titan Zero going to get the Nullifier comes out with the BKB. Oh, Ascol with use the Tauntstone. Not going to be enough. It keeps actually connected to TA2K. Ascol with his own BKB. Arrow with the illusion can tank that one. So Ascol has a refractor. He'll be able to go with the ultimate once again. That Tauntstone is going to come down once again. But it's going to push away. Terrible Blade lifting up into the urge. They have the ability to keep him away from danger. As he gets the Sun Drop, that's going to be the death of the Grimstroke. Grimstroke has to buy back. He wants to get back into this fight. TA2K. That's going to be the Abyssal Blade, I think, here. Or the Monkey King right on top of the death of the Terror Blade. So he buys back in. Roshan looking pretty low. He sets it out onto Laze. Laze is pretty low himself. Doesn't actually have the mana here for anything. He does get the Phantom Armor Strike. Like to be a pumped on Haze. Haze, can he survive through this? Haze needs to get himself away with that BKB going. It looks like the Monkey King doing a lot of damage to the Torrent. Once again with the tide as well. TA2K is going to be able to right click down the Monkey King. Monkey King can buy back into this. Ascol has already used that 5 minutes without it. So Ascol will be dead. 105 seconds. Now they're going to change target to Rona. He'll set onto himself. He's going to be able to get himself away from this. No leads available. 3 heroes dead. 1 buyback used here.
Ooh, DD rune spawning. That is insane. Do they go for Roche?
I mean, he's low enough.
Yeah, it is very low.
5 seconds to finish off. Yeah. They don't even think he's 5 seconds.
Double damage.
And meanwhile, this is going on. The illusions here for the Terrorblade pushing out this mid lane to make sure that once you get back into lane, they can just go straight for the racks. ED has been picked up. TA2K, does he want to swap
Dire's
in the
middle
leveler?
tower is under attack. Dire's
Straight up
middle
to the
tower
throne they
has
run.
Yeah.
These towers just absolutely disappear.
Dire's middle barracks are
We
under
know
attack.
that at least one hero.
Oh, BKB pot by Dream.
Oh no. Oh, that's not good. That's down now. It's for the next 67 seconds. And TA2K, he's just kind of around the edge of this. They have to go back to the racks. He's just going to step up and again onto
How do they stop
the
this?
tower. And I don't think they do. The Wukong's about to be one off. Great shotgun. Black Lions coming through Blizzy onto Zayas now as well. So it looks like they're going to be able to do the Sonic Wave damage. Bean's grip. Is it going to be enough? It's not. And it took them 63 minutes and 30 seconds, 36 kills to 30, and a 35k net worth lead, but eventually they take the series 2-0.
Man, what a game. I wasn't expecting this game to go on.
Yeah, that is the best game I think I've seen from both teams in all of the games we've watched so far, including these two teams. This has just been a really impressive back and forth, and Hydra just couldn't close it out at the end, which I mean, it was buybacks for buyback for buyback in that last fight, so that could have gone either way. And like you say, V, a lot more impressive coming into this, and that means they are 3-1. They are top of the table. With Hydra, with CIS Rejects. And those are the three teams I expected to go up into. I know only two can go up, but out of the entire lineup, those are the three teams I'm more than likely focusing on, saying that two of them are going to make the push to Division 1. So, V, take this victory here, 2-0, unfortunately, for the side of Hydra. They just couldn't hang on in the second game. And that's going to close out the day, guys. Thank you for tuning in, Wingblade. I'm glad to have you back as well. I enjoyed the cast with Leon Arthur, but you know, we get this. We get the Eastern European Dota, right? You know, it's something that we've watched for a while now. So being able to look at these teams and how far they've progressed through the DPC, and where they're going for, you know, it's always nice to get that little bit of extra knowledge. And exactly. And we will be back on Sunday. Yeah. Sunday, yeah, so we get tomorrow off. We'll be back Sunday, Monday before the Christmas break. So guys, make sure you tune in on Sunday where we come back for the next Division 2 series. But for now, we are going to be giving it the old goodbye, and we'll Oh, in fact, before we leave, right, we have Arrow. So, a couple of minutes and we'll get this interview started. So guys, we're going to be jumping in with an interview with Arrow for a couple of minutes. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. See what Arrow thinks about this series. Okay, we can jump straight into it. Arrow, thank you for joining us. No, it's fine. We can. I don't have it set up for that, so we can just get straight into it. So that victory up against Hydra, that's gonna feel real nice, right? For the second time in 2 days.